methods of payment, where you will be able now to select the method that you want to pay. So upon selecting, there's an instruction, a payment instruction that comes to that is displayed there for you to pick the code, that is the reference code, and then that reference code is what you use to pay, as that is what you use as an account number to now make the payments. So after initiating the payment using that reference code as the account number, then you are able you complete the payment and go back to your account to see whether the fee has reflected. And this reflects immediately. It doesn't take time, not unless we have some systems delay. And in case of that, you always reach to us so that we can be able to quickly look at it and help. So we have also the option of direct banking. So the direct banking is usually done on the funds that we receive from the CDF, NGF, or other sponsorship units in form of checks. And also the funding from HELB goes through our bank account. And then now we are able to pick it from there and credit to each and every student's account. And for those receiving funding from CDF, the checks this is very, very important to note. So for those receiving funding from CDF, the checks must always be accompanied with the beneficiary letter for acknowledgement and allocation processes. So if we don't have these beneficiary letters, we won't be able to credit your account, because these are the only ones that determine that you are the right beneficiary of the funds that we have received. So always ensure that these beneficiary letters are attached for us to be able to also provide an acknowledgement letter to the CDF offices. And then kindly ensure to email the letter to studentfinance@ouk.ac.ke for confirmation. And this is for those ones who get the checks from the CDF offices and want to deposit themselves. So before we provide the bank details to you, you have to share the beneficiary letter to us and then request for the bank details so that they are shared to you, and then you're able to go and deposit at any Equity branch. It's not necessarily for you to come to Machakos Equity to a deposit there. There are those, I get so many questions on that. So you can deposit from any Equity branch, even if you're in Kisii, even if you're in Kitui, whichever place you are, you can deposit from there. And if you encounter challenges, always give us a call so that we can communicate to the banks that may bring an issue, and then they are able to help you. So for check deposits from sponsorship units, there are those students who are sponsored by maybe their employers or their private institutions. Students should ensure to capture admission numbers as payment reference and share the deposit slip with the letter of allocation to Student Finance email for recording. So if you're getting any sponsorship from any institution, kindly ensure to be given a letter that clearly shows you are the beneficiary for the funds coming to us, so that we are able to keep record, and also we are able to allocate the funds to the relevant and correct accounts. So the funds from HELB, once they reflect in our account, we get an allocation list from the HELB portal for crediting to various accounts. On this one, I get so many I get so many calls from students when they receive a notification from HELB that their money has been released to our accounts. Kindly note that sometimes it may take a while for the money to reflect in our account due to the banking processes. So note that when you receive these notifications, we don't credit your account immediately. We also have to wait for the money to reflect in our account so that we can now be able to credit your account. So it might take a while. So for that, it's good to note. And always keep your receipts or payment confirmations, because you might be asked about them at a later time. So on scholarship, bursaries, and loans, this one we have our HELB officials who are coming right after this, and they will take us through so that we will be able to know more on this. However, I would want to put a certain note across for your attention. There's a certain fee that is deducted for application and insurance charges when you get the HELB funding. So I also get so many questions from students asking, I got this amount of money, I can't see 1,000 on my account, I can't see 2,000 credited on my account. So kindly note that there's a certain fee that is charged here. So we don't receive the entire amount that has been approved by HELB. So for bursaries, since we don't have officials from these offices here, so these are funds from they can be from the national government constituency development fund. They can be from the NGAF, the county bursary funds. They can be from the government or other private organizations and NGOs. For CDFs, these ones are only given to students who come from low-income families. So if you are not able to pay for this fee, it's good for you to apply for these scholarships from the CDF. And you may be required to show the grades that you got from your KCSE. And then for those students who are orphans or have disabilities or are coming from marginalized communities, you are encouraged to apply for these bursaries so that they can help boost your fees, and you will be able to have a smooth sailing as you in this academic journey. So you are just you can just go to their offices, the CDF offices, and fill out the bursary forms. Whenever the bank details are required, kindly share the bursary form to us so that we are able to fill in and then put a word for you to get this support. So we have refunds and overpayments. So for HELB beneficiaries, the refund of excess fees will be done to help for students who benefited with loans and are graduating with excess fee. So in case you apply for the HELB funding and you get an excess, you receive money, and then by the time you're completing your course, there is a balance that is remaining. This money is remitted to HELB, and not to individuals. So kindly note that it's not remitted to individuals, but back to HELB. And then the refunds of unutilized fees for students dropping out of the university will be done upon approved request from the Office of the Registrar. So if maybe by a certain circumstance or unavoidable circumstances, you are not able to continue with learning, and you need your funds or your fee to be refunded to you, you have to do a request to the Office of the Registrar so that they can confirm whether you've utilized the funds, whether you are in class, you are actively in class, and how much of the fee you have utilized, so that we're able now to get a figure that should be refunded to you. And then misdirected funds from other institutions will be reversed upon request and confirmation from the respective offices. So if we get funds that are supposed to go to other institutions, that one is refunded back to them. And then overpayments are processed only through formal procedures upon completion of a course. So kindly note that if you are in this semester and you've paid a fee that is over what you are supposed to pay for this semester, you cannot request for that refund. The extra money is carried forward or rolled forward to the next level or to the next semester. You are only refunded fee that is extra upon completion of a course. So kindly students, note that. And for any other more information on that, you can reach out to us. So for the support services, if you have questions about repayment or any other related queries about any financial help or financial matters, kindly contact us through, we have 2 emails for undergraduate students and for postgraduate students. So for undergraduate students, you email the student finance at ouk.ac.ke or call that number that is there. For postgraduate students, you email the PG student finance at ouk.ac.ke or call that number that is there. And if you are nearby or you feel like coming to see us and ensure that we are indeed real, you can visit our offices, the finance office at Konza Technopolis. We are open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday to Fridays. And then an important thing to note here, note that email is most preferred channel since we will have a trail and record of the same. And always when communicating to us, kindly always ensure to capture your admission numbers so that we are able to know the student we are communicating to and be able to help you on time. So I conclude my presentation by leaving you with a quote from Benjamin Franklin: "An investment is in knowledge pays at the best interest." So thank you for being part of OUK. Asante sana.
Thank you very much, Anne, for that presentation. We have eagerly been waiting to hear about finances and what you can offer us as we also strive to get money to finance our studies. So I want to invite a few questions for Anne, maybe 5 questions, as we will also be having a session for question and answer. But before we lose burning questions, kindly students, let us, thank you for appreciating Anne. Let us have 5 questions. Washington, you'll go first.
Okay, thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
Yes. We have been told that you have to complete the fees before you sit for the exam. Now, my question is it the fees for the whole year, or there is a certain amount that you must complete for the semester? So we are not getting it right. Thank you.
That question. Faith Chepkoech.
Good morning. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Go ahead.
Okay, I would like to ask about the installments. I didn't quite understand about that section.
Okay. Any other questions?
I would like to ask, sorry, I didn't get the icon for raising the hands.
Okay, go ahead.
Now, I see the fees for Open University are fairly comparable to the fees paid in the brick and mortar institutions. Yet, according to me, the Open University does not incur a lot of expenses in terms of rooms, face-to-face lectures, and things like that. Don't you think your fees could be fairly cheaper than they are? Comparing that your expenses are much more, even maintenance are much less. Not much in electricity, not much for rooms, not much for physical structures.
Thank you, Samuel, for that question. And please note that there's a part of it that you may answer. Another part may be answered as we progress with the orientation. Let us also have a question from Mukungu Juma.
Thank you so much, Madam. I have 2 questions. One is about Airtel money. I saw Airtel Pay, and so is the number captured when I go to the website, the Airtel number? And then there is a statement she said that when you pay 10%, you will actually now be eligible to continue with your studies, and then you pay the remaining installments 2 weeks prior to the exams. And later, she came and displayed here some materials which the payment plan, and it was saying first you pay 20%, and then later, as it was saying, 30 like that. So it doesn't like the statement she said of 10%, and then the payment plan are not synchronized. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Juma, for that question. And I think respond to the questions that we have already taken before we can go on.
Thank you, Banis. We start from the first question. I didn't get the name of the student. The one who asked about is the which amount of fee they are supposed to clear. That is prior to examination. That is fee for that semester or for the units you have registered. Because upon registration of the units, we bill students upon registration of the units. So if you've registered 2 units, that is what we bill you. If you've registered 4 units, that is what we bill you. And that is the amount you're supposed to clear before you sit for the exams of these units that you've registered. And Faith asked about installments. I didn't clearly get that. But on okay, she said that she didn't understand well on the installments, the installment plan that we have. So the installments, you pay 20% first. I think this was also asked by the last student, Juma, who was also asked about that. So there is 10% that we pay for section registration, which is 10% of the annual fee. So when you're a new student, you pay this for you to be able now to access the learning materials and be able to register for your units. 10% of the annual fee. But for the installments that I put across there, those are the installments for each and every semester. So for the fee that you are supposed to pay for each and every semester, the first installment should be 20%, and then the next 30, and then 20. But we also allow students to come up with their own payment plan, as long as you clear your fee before you sit for your exams. So you can just come up with a payment plan that's easier for you to be able to complete the fee before you sit for your exams. So I hope that is clear. And then for some, you talked about a comparison of our fee with other universities, the brick and mortar universities. For this one, you will be answered more on this, but we are quite affordable. If you just look at what other universities pay, we are quite affordable, because you can just look and see our undergraduate, our degree fee is 79, range from 79 to 86,000, which is quite affordable. Look at the masters and the PhDs. Masters is 187,000. Other university, you pay twice or thrice as much, and even for the PhDs. But this can be also talked more by my other colleagues. And then for Juma, you asked about the Airtel money, or whether the phone number is captured. So when you're doing the payment, as you go step by step, there is a place that will be displayed, and there you are asked to enter the phone number that will be used to pay. It's not necessarily your phone number. It can be the phone number of the person that is paying for you, so that a prompt is sent to them to initiate the payment. So the phone number for the person who is doing the payment, you input that before initiating the payment, so that you can get the notification to initiate that payment in your phone. So I hope I have captured all the questions, Bernice.
Yes, you have, and thank you for that. Students, I just want to make a clarification about fee payment. Anne talked about 20%. I see a lot of questions about fee clearance before sitting exams. Now, we have given you the percentage of fee that you need to pay before you can, at session registration, I would say. So at the time when you're doing your session registration, we require that you pay a minimum of 10% of the year's fee. That minimum of 10% of the year's fee, you could also call it 20% of the semester fee. It amounts to the same figure. So for you to sit exams, we don't ask that you clear the year's fee. We ask that you clear the semester fees. Every semester exams that you need to take, you should clear the fee for that semester for you to sit exams. And where you need to pay your fees in installments, you might also need to contact the finance office for a payment plan. Our payment plans are not so rigid, so we can allow that you have a discussion with the finance department to arrive at what payment plan works for you. So I'll take just 3 questions, Philemon, Sami, and Vivian in that order, and then we will proceed to the next session. The rest of the students, kindly put your questions in the chat. We'll continue to respond to them as we wait for the question and answer session. Thank you. Philemon, go ahead.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
My question is still on exemptions. Do you need to pay once, or do you need to apply for exemptions once in a semester, or in every semester you apply for exemptions? Then secondly, I wish also if you can share again the WhatsApp link so that we can join. Thank you.
Okay. Sammy Brown.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sorry, I joined a bit late, so at the risk of either repeating what has been said or maybe it will be addressed later. My concern was on the issue of HELB. I applied for HELB, and based on what the portal tells me is that it was approved. But now from there, I'm not sure what else to do. So I tried to ask in the, I think from the group, I was given an email to the finance, I think, office. I tried to address it there via email, but I've not gotten a response. So I just want to know how I'd go about it so that maybe I'm not locked out and maybe it's not too late when I need to handle it.
Thank you, Philemon, for that question. Vivian? Vivian Chelangat?
Yes, good morning.
Morning.
Mine is on still on fees. I don't know if it was talked about, but I will just like to get an a timeline of when the semester is going to end so that we can have a plan, some of us, so that we don't get caught before paying the semester. If I could just know an estimate that if it's going to be in September, the end of semester one, so that we can have to plan well on how to distribute the fees throughout the months that are ahead.
Thank you, Vivian. Someone from the admissions office or office of the registrar, please post the semester calendar on the chat. And finally, we'll have a question from Edwin Omondi before we respond. Edwin? Edwin, are you there?
Morning. Yes. Hello.
Yes, go ahead, Edwin. We can hear you.
Oh, it's okay. My question is just to get clarified whether to be clarified on the fee structures so that I can know the exact amount of the fee per semester, not just for a year. Like I know it to be 79K. That's my question.
Okay, so let us respond to those questions. Anne, take the finance questions, and I'd like to invite Professor Chesire to respond on the question of exemptions. Do you apply per semester or per year? Or do you apply for all exemptions at once for the 4 years? Anne, go first, please.
Thank you, Bernice. So for the exemption, that was from Philemon. That will be taken up. And then on the WhatsApp link, admissions will share that, or the ICT, I think. And then Sammy asked about the HELB, that you had applied for HELB, and it was it is on the approved as status. But I think this one can be well handled by the HELB officials who are coming in after this. And for Vivian, you are asking about the timelines of the semester. That one, the calendar and the timetable will be shared to you so that you're able to check and see from what date the semester starts and when it ends. And for Edwin, you asked about the fee structure. You can request, you can get it in our website, or you can just request for it so that we can share that to you. Or if anyone has it right now, can share and put it on the chat so that students are able to see the fee per semester. I think that was it, Bernice.
Thank you, Anne. Let us have Professor Chesire respond on the issue of exemptions. Prof.
Yes. Yes, thank you for the question from the Karibuni to OUK for the new students. Yes, registrations are done per sessions. That means, therefore, that you can apply for your exemptions every other session.
Thank you, Prof, for that. Students, the questions are increasing, but I would want to just take, allow me to ask that you put your questions in the chat as we give an opportunity to our international student, Omuwumi, to ask a question. Then we'll have Wangari Mwangi, Isaac Tarus, Evans Cheruyot, and then Washington. And the rest, please put your questions in the chat. We will have a session after the HELB session for questions and answers. Thank you.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah. I was just going to ask how the international students make their scheduled payment, and then also, can you hear me, please?
Just come again on that question. It was not very clear.
Okay, as international students, I know some of us cannot pay in the Kenya currency.
I think we should mute that.
Students, please, if you're not on the floor, mute so that we are able to continue. Go ahead, Omuwumi.
I said there's no mention of how the international students are paying, because we are not going to be paying in Kenya currency. So there should be something to talk about on how the international students made their payments. And then also, I want to ask if, for instance, you are running a PhD program which is supposed to last for 3 years, and you are supposed to make payment for the 3 years. Assuming you are not able to complete your program within that 3 years, and maybe you have an extra semester or something, are you going to pay additional fee to be able to do that so that you can complete your program?
Kindly come up again. I didn't get you clearly on the second question.
I said, for instance, if your program is 3 years program for like a PhD program, there is a payment for the 3 years program. So assuming you are not able to complete your program within the stipulated time, maybe you need an extra month or or time to be able to complete your program. Are you going to pay extra for that, or your payment for the program covers you until you are able to complete it?
Thank you for that question, Wangari. And students, kindly, if your question has already been asked in the chat or has verbally been asked, please don't repeat the question in the interest of time. I'm only taking questions from Wangari, Isaac, and I think the other one was Washington. The rest of the questions, please put them in the chat in the interest of time. Wangari Mwangi.
Okay, thank you very much, and good morning. So my question is on HELB application. I saw somewhere that for master students to qualify to apply for HELB, they have to be employed. Could you please clarify on that? Like, do I have to be in employment for me to qualify to get a HELB loan for my master's degree? Thank you.
Our next session is by the HELB officials. I'm sure they will address that. Isaac Tarus.
Thank you. I'm not sure whether, okay, I came in a bit late, so maybe it has been answered. Sorry. The email activation, I try to do email activation. I go until it says submitted successfully. But now when you try to go to the Google, it says the password is invalid. but I'm following the procedure. I don't know whether we could be given a small guidance. Thank you.
Hey, Isaac, I kindly request that you put your admission number in the chat, and ICT team, please pick that and check. If he had already filled in to activate his email, what could be the issue? Kindly address that. Finally, Fred. I can't pronounce the other name, sorry. Maybe you can help me, Fred. Go ahead.
A very good evening from here. My question goes to waiving. There's a professor who addressed it, partially addressed it, but I wanted it to be clarified. Assuming I had a master's degree already, and I covered research methods, and I'm also supposed to cover research methods, for example, in my master's degree right now, can I be waived of that subject, for example? Thank you.
Let us have Anne respond to the finance questions as Professor Chesire expounds in a bid to answer that question by Fred. Anne, please.
Okay, thank you, Bernice. The first question was from I can't pronounce the first name. I just got Ajala, our international student. He was asking about how international students pay the fee. It is just the same as the local students. You pay through the eCitizen platform. And we have options of Visa card through credit or debit option for the international students that can be used to do payments. And then there was another question about if a student is not able to complete the course within the stipulated time and takes a break, whether there is an extra fee charge. For that one, no. That is why we are a very flexible and inclusive university. So there is no any other extra fee that is charged. You can just take a break and then come back and pay the balance that you'd already remained with for you to complete your course. So for Wangari, kindly wait for our HELB officials. They are coming in to expound more on the question that you asked. I think that is it for the finance. Isaac asked about email activation and also I think Fred, that one can be answered.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Anne, for those responses. Professor Chesire, please respond on the last question by Fred. Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes,
Bernice,
maybe I can respond to the students.
Yes, please respond, Dr. Cavalli.
Yeah, I can see Professor Kefa is still trying to connect. So currently we are not giving any waivers for the PhD program because, for example, the student who asked about research methods, the way you teach the research methods and the way you conduct the research methods in the master's class is a bit different from how you conduct it in the PhD class. And therefore, that course and many other courses may not be exempted. So you have to do all the courses. Thank you.
Professor, my concern, this is Fred speaking again.
Yes,
my
Fred.
concern is on having a master's degree already, and I want to do another master's degree. Now, these are two programs at the same level, level 8. So can I be exempted given the fact that they are of the same level? They are at the same level.
Currently, we are not giving any exemptions for masters and PhD.
So Fred, what Dr. Cavale is saying is that exemptions are only given in undergraduate level of study. In postgraduate, we do not allow for exemptions. So thank you so much, Dora. We have taken up about almost 40 minutes of the HELB time. Dora, kindly put your question in the chat and I'll personally respond to it as I appreciate Anne and everyone else who has asked questions and responded here. And allow me then to invite Edna, our HELB official, to take us through their products and how we can access them and what benefits they can accord us. Thank you. Edna?
Thank you, Bannis. Good morning. I hope I'm audible enough. My name is Edna Nafula. I work at Higher Education Loans Board. I'm here with my colleagues, Ruby Mwita and Victor Kisaka. So we are going to get into it because that time has really is not on our side. So I will start by sharing my screen for the presentation. I hope I'm sharing my screen.
Oh, yes, the screen is visible.
Okay. So, welcome to Open University, and we are here to finance your education. Josephine,
Kindly mute. If you're not on the floor, students, kindly mute.
6 a.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Go ahead, Edna, sorry. Edna, you're muted.
Oh, okay. I've had quite a number of questions coming from you because of our products and things that you'd want us to cover. So I will cover it through the presentation. And if you have any question about HELB, if you've applied before and right now you don't know where it stands, kindly write your ID number on the chat. My colleagues are going to answer you. So please, if you have a burning question that needs now to be spoken out, then you could ask after the presentation. So as we transition from, of course, I'm going to be speaking first to the undergraduate students, and then I will get to the master's, PhD students, and higher diploma students, etc. So I will make sure I touch on every one of you. I do understand we do have international students, which is very, very great. However, the products we do have are for Kenyan citizens who are studying in Kenya and East Africa institutions. So you could just hear what Kenya has and probably also use it in your country. Okay, let's go. So for transitioning, you need to be placed, once you have finished your Form 4, you're placed by COOPS. Once you're placed by COOPS, you do your application, your HELB application so that we can be able to finance you. And then you get to school. As for you guys, you do it online. Yeah, so you log into that institution portal and ensure that now you are ready for studies without thinking about where you're going to get your money from. That is why we are here. Okay, so there's so many sources of financing, so many. You could finance yourself if you're in a position. Your parents can finance you. We can do a harambe, just a small fundraising to give you the money. Your county, your constituency, CDF, they do have. If you look at where you come from, you'd find we could be even having a product with your county. So kindly find out what your county has for the students who are in institutions of higher learning. And also the universities have work study programs. You could take it up. You could take a bank loan, but now HELB comes and university fund comes in here with government scholarships and loans for students who have gone through direct entry. So direct entry students mean you finished Form 4 last year, and then this year now you have been placed to come to Open University, and then the government scholarships are going to find you. However, if you have not been placed and you just, got yourself to Open University, we do give loans, yeah? And I will get into it and explain to you how we break it down. So scholarships come from university fund for people who have been placed directly by COOPs, okay? Then tuition loan and upkeep loan comes from HELB, okay? So if you are placed, then you will get your scholarship, your tuition loan, and your upkeep loan. So tuition loan goes directly to the institution. Upkeep loan gets to your bank account, or if you have chosen the option of mobile money, then it will be sent there to your M-Pesa. Also, the scholarship amount also goes directly to school. So tuition and scholarship, you don't touch it, but upkeep money, you will have it. So how do we really give you these loans? What really happens? Yeah. So we check on your level of need, how good are you financially, depending on the things that you will have fed on the system while doing the application, okay? So number one, we will check in income and expenditure, yeah? You could be coming from a family of 11 children, so ideally, a lot of money would be used for education in that family. Also, a lot of money will be used just to make sure that you are breathing, eating, sleeping, etc., So we check on that. We also check on the program cost. The best thing about Open University, your program cost is very, very, very good. Yeah. I had someone asking a question about it, and Anne was trying to, pump and say Open University is good, and I'm here to tell you that. Yes, Open University has the best costs of programs at the moment in Kenya. Take that to the bank. Anyway, so we also have affirmative action, probably for people living with disability. We have people who are orphans. We have people who live in marginalized areas. So all these things are put in consideration for us to be able to allocate you that amount that you want to get for your studies. Okay, so I will move to my next slide, and just to let you know that when you are applying, there are certain things that you need to have so that you'll be able to do the application and have it done successfully. So there's some documents that you need to have as soft copies, and I will get straight to them. Number one, we need a passport size photo of yourself, not your chihuahua or your best cow. No, yourself. Why am I saying this? We've seen people just, share a Bugatti as a photo, and you cannot be a Bugatti. You are Edna Nafula Wanyama, so you cannot, So you put a passport photo of yourself as a soft copy. Then if you're 18 years and above, would require you to have your ID. Okay, this ID that you will have, you take a photo of the back and the front page, so that we need both sides to so that once you attach it there, you save it. Please note it should be on one page, not two different pages. Okay. Then for those having Maisha cards, which are the new IDs right now, same narrative remains. We do have minor students who apply. So if you are a minor student, you will need to have birth certificate as a soft copy, and you will use your KCSE index number to apply, you know. So this is only for students who are minors and have been placed. Okay, if you're not placed, unfortunately, and you're a minor, you will not be able to enjoy this product called undergraduate for the degree program. Then you will need to have your parents' death certificate and burial permits if they passed on. Again, here there are quite a number of things that happen. Probably your house got burned, you know, your relatives are, you know, your relatives are just becoming your relatives, and they won't give you the death certificates of your own parents. So you decide to not apply. Please do not stop applying because you're missing a document. Nothing is written on stone. Okay, so you can visit your area chief, you can visit your church, you can visit your previous institution, being your high school, so that they can write a letter indicating that actually your parent died or your parents died, and now you're not in a position to get the documents that we need, and that is what you will use in place of the birth certificate, the death certificate or burial permit of your parents. Then we have students who have decided, you know, they feel like they know the system because it has happened before for someone else. So they decide to kill one parent. And once they have killed one parent, they hope they will get a lot of money. And so this time we decided to have single parents declaration form. So this single parent declaration form, you will get it from the system. Okay, you will download it, have it signed, then stamped, and then you scan it back and upload it on the system. Then we do have the scholarship letter for students who have been sponsored either in primary or in secondary school. So if you were sponsored, kindly get that letter and have it with you, because the applications should be opened this July. So please ensure you have these documents on soft copy. So we'll also need you to have a phone number registered under your name and ID. That is, if you want us to pay you your money to the mobile option. If you want us to pay your money, upkeep money to the bank, then you will provide us with the bank details that you need us to send the money to. Also, you will need to have 2 guarantors. These guarantors should be at least people that you equally respect. Yeah. Why we say this is because this guarantor, we will have this guarantor just to ask the guarantor, Edna has not been paying the loan. So far, where could Edna be? We've been looking for her, you know, not that the guarantor will pay your loan. Okay, integrity is key. This is Kenya, so let us try as much as possible that once you get a loan, you will be able to pay back without the back and forth and the following up. Okay, so you will need to have your KCSE index numbers, your KCP index number as well. Just have them written down, not the physical. You could equally have the physical document so that you make sure you do not do any wrong you do not input any wrong number, especially when it comes to your KCSE index number. Yeah, because your KCSE index number will give us details of either you're a government-sponsored student or a self-sponsored student that you have taken yourself to the institution. Okay, so once you have those documents, sit down on the computer, and now we get into the look and feel of how the portal is. So we have mentioned that we are opening the application in July. So in July, make sure you have all these documents ready so that you'll be able to apply successfully and in good time to avoid any inconvenience. So this, you fill in your details on this portal, your name will pop up once you key in your ID number. So that is key. We have a system that will pop up. This will help pop the details. Tony Karaoke, kindly mute. Thank you. So we do have a system that will pull up some details, so you won't keep typing every single little detail. So once you have filled your personal details, your residence details, your education background details, this is where you fill in your high school and your primary details, then the institution details. If you are placed by COOPS, the institution details will pop up automatically. If you're not placed by COOPS, then you will have to key in the details yourself. Then you put in your parents' details. This is where if you've lost your parent, you will be required to attach the death certificate. If your parent is a single parent, you'll be required to indicate to attach the single parent declaration form here. So please make sure you don't miss out on this. And then the last bit is where you choose, do you want, if you qualify for scholarship and loan, do you want to take scholarship and loan? Do you want to take scholarship only, or do you want to just take loan only? So that is where you choose it. And then once you have chosen that, yes, you want to do the HELB loan and scholarship, then you click Save to Proceed now to fill details of your guarantor. Okay, so you will check once you click Save to and Proceed. Depending on the level of study you will have put, because first you're feeling, you will feel the level of study and say, I am a degree student. Then it will bring you the first time undergraduate application. If you fill in and say you are a master's student, then it will bring you what you qualify for, which I'll be speaking about later on this presentation. So you will be required to fill your guarantor details, your payment details, and then final stage is submitting this application. Okay, so the terms that you will see, I've had someone mentioned, they see that their application has been approved, but they have not been paid. So let's understand these terms so that we do not think it has been approved and it is just one of these terms that are here. And I will break them down to you. Number one, registered. When a form reads registered, it is because we have just received it. You've just submitted it and we've received it. Next, we shall process the form. Once we process the form will either read verification passed or verification failed. Verification failed means something is wrong with the application. We shall communicate to you, but again, it's okay if you're proactive and you reach out to us, we shall still assist you. If verification passed, that means all is well, and next step is going to be allocation. Okay, so once it reads allocated, it means that you have been awarded an amount of money to for your studies. Now, when it comes to those students who are expecting to get scholarship amount, it will read validated. Yeah, it will read validated, meaning that they got data that yes, you're in Open University and you're doing the course that you were placed, and therefore they will have your details, and meaning your details are correct. So that just validated is the verification passed from HELB, but now validated is from university fund, okay, where scholarship comes from. Then disbursement is the term HELB uses. Yeah, disbursement means that the money has been paid. Yeah, then university fund decided, you know, we won't use these big words. Big words for who? They just say, they will say paid. Paid is enough. Any layman can understand pay. So they for university fund, once they pay you, they say paid. On the portal, you'll see the name paid. So for university fund, they use no returns when they check your details and do not find you. They cannot, you were called to which university? You were called to Kisii University. Then you decided, no, I want online things. We are doing things the online way. So you decide, I will go to Open University, and you do not contact COOPS to do the transfer for you, then it will read no returns from Open University, because your details do not read Open University at COOPS. So ensure if you have transferred, make sure you follow the process so that you do not miss this free money called scholarship. It is free money, you do not pay it back, and that's the best thing about free money. Yes. Then we do have batch number. HELB has batch number. You will keep seeing it appearing even on your portal. So batch number is to show you that the money has been prepared in this specific batch number, and if you are to follow it up with your finance office, Dennis, hi Dennis, please mute. Dennis, mute. Dennis, mute. Good, thank you. Make sure that the batch number is always in, and we always make sure the batch number is always indicated on the text, so that we will send you. So if we have sent you a text message, use it to your finance office. If you don't have a text message, probably the number you gave us, you don't have it, or etc. The batch numbers are always indicated on the portal. Okay, so I have told you there is free money that University Fund is offering. But also, there's this that I am talking about called the loan. Yeah, the loan has to be repaid. So for the undergraduate students, we give you 1 year grace period for you to put your issues in order, from the date of completion again. Not from the date of graduation, because quite a number of you also think the date of completion and the date of graduation, they can be wide years apart. You can finish your last exam, and then probably you decide you now want to go to Singapore to do something. So graduation, you'll graduate probably in the next 2 years. So yeah, it's the date of completion. Yeah, so once you that last full stop you put in your exam, that last full stop, that one, from that day we give you 1 year grace period. Yeah, from then after you have put your orders, your issues in order, then kindly reach out to us and start your repayment process. Okay, so once you get this loan, you have a repayment period of up to 10 years. It can be less if you have money and if God is working for you. Not that because the ones who will be 10 years and more, it means God is not working for them. But I'm just stating, if you have a lot of money and you can cut this from 10 to 2 years, even better, because remember, this is a revolving fund, and once we give you, we expect it back so that we can be able to pay somebody else. Then the best thing about our loan is insured. Yeah. We've had parents asking, mtoto wangu amechukua loan na sasa amekufa, nitafanya nini? Mimi sina hiyo pesa ya kuwalipa. Mtoto akikufa, mtoto tu ana rest in peace, because again, we shall not come to you, knock your door or your coffin telling you to pay us back. Fufuka utulipe. We don't do that. We are very human, and so we will let you grieve, and we will ask you to just provide us with a death certificate and a copy of the ID of the student, and then the insurance will take it up. So please do not be afraid that this loan, once you take it, it will be a burden to someone else. No, this will be your burden, na kila mtu atabeba msalaba wake. But ikifika hiyo msalaba ya mwenda zake, insurance itakubebea. Yes, so we move. I'll just get to tips of, I will just get to tips of financing. Please research widely. Money is there. It's just that we don't know where it is. You see, when you've lost something, the way you usually even look for it under your bed. Yes, research to find out where is this money and how can I get it. Okay. Then something else, please try as much as possible. If you're applying for HELB money, try as much as possible to apply early. Why do I say this? Kenya, things are happening. Things are happening in Kenya every single day. Yeah. Rose, please mute. Things are happening every single day. So money may deplete. Yeah. And if it depletes, the early bird will catch that worm. So please apply early. Make sure you have multiple sources. It is good to have options. Yeah, it is good to have options. And that's why I'm telling you, you can find out what is being offered on your end, in your county, probably even from your organization, because we do have organizations that have partnered with us for funding for their staff. So please do have multiple sources of financing. I will get to budgeting because, again, I'm believing that I'm speaking to probably a student who's never held 20,000 in their bank account ever. Yeah, so 20,000 being on the minimum. Why am I speaking to them? Because budgeting is very, very, very important. Please learn to budget. I'm sure you're all looking at the screen, but for probably mwenye anaosha vyombo, online things, we don't even know what is happening. I'm just talking here and believing that you're all listening to me, and I really hope you are. But yeah, so I will just read for those who are washing utensils, and some of you are in the farm. Online is really good. So I'll just let you know that please learn to list all your expenses and your income so that now you'll be able to set spending limits and you'll be able to track your expenditure. And once you track your expenditure, you can see where you're failing so that you can adjust and now be able to save for emergencies. Please, this is, I'm sure, very easy to do when I speak it, but when it comes to actualizing it, it could be a problem, but try as much as possible, especially if you are getting the upkeep money. So this is the money rule. 50% ensure it is for your essentials, food, rent, and now your essential here is becoming like internet for you is an essential. So your 50%, make sure it's for essentials. Well, your 30%, you can have entertainment, yeah? You can visit People's Park or wherever, somewhere just to chill and unwind, yes? And entertainment, saa zingine, you want to believe that I was saying you drink, but yes, you can drink ujipawa. Yes, it is very healthy. Then 20%, throw it to your savings. And if you have some debt, chip that there as well. So when it comes to HELB, we allocate, I've told you, we allocate as per level of need, etc., etc. Yeah. But this level of need, you might not be able to write it on our application. This level of need could be, everything is just fine with you. Like your two parents are there, you're coming from a family of two, but now your breadwinner, who is your father, passes on, or your father right now loses his job, etc., etc. Then we do have an appeal option where we can increase the amount of scholarship and loan, or we can increase or give you a bursary if the scholarship and loan amounts are over. So this only the appeal happens for government-sponsored students, because self-sponsored students, we pay 60% of your course program cost, the cost of the program. So 60%. Okay. So if you feel you've been allocated some amount and they're looking at it like this, please wait for when we shall open the appeals so that you can appeal and request for a higher amount. Okay, so here I am here for Wanjiro and the rest of the team. Yeah, because now Wanjiro is wondering, this chick has just been speaking all this time about undergraduates. Me, I'm now doing my master's. Yes, Wanjiro, congratulations. And this is nice. And I really hope I will touch you here. And if I don't touch you here, I hope very soon things will work out and you will be my client soon. Okay, so are you salaried? And yes, you could be salaried, and now you have already gotten into this step of your brighter future, and now you're doing your master's, your PhD, your postgraduate diploma. It could be an undergraduate and you're employed, and then it could be your higher national diploma or a professional course and you're taking it. So you are salaried and you are in this category. Now let's talk the salaried army. So the last time I did this presentation, which was, I think, in January, yes. Last time we did this presentation, I found out that quite a number of you are not listening. So please, salaried folks, please listen. Please, please, please listen, because you kept sending messages, emails, etc. And at times I just felt like copy pasting a slide and throwing it to you as a response. But now I have to treat you with a lot of care because, you know, Open University is close to my heart. HELB is even closer. So yeah, so I will please listen so that we move together. If you have any questions, remember, put them in the chat so that my colleagues are answering the questions. Okay. Now, salaried loans. We do have the GLIMISHE loan. The GLIMISHE loan is a HELB initiative for the salaried students. And then we do have the Civil Servant Training Revolving Fund. The civil servants will here benefit very well. I will give you the criteria and I will tell you what needs to be done. And then we do have a KRA revolving fund. Again, as I told you, there are companies that have come to us and we do have funds for their staff. So KRA is one of them, CASNEB amongst others. So GLIMISHE loan. For the GLIMISHE loan, we get up to 200,000 per year, per financial year, 200,000. You have 48 months for repayment, yeah? And this happens on check-off, meaning, remember for undergraduate, I said, oh, mambo ya full stop, ukaenda Singapore, ukarudi, you know? But this one, hakuna time ya kwenda Singapore. Once we deposit that money in your school's account, then your employer is supposed to deduct you from your payslip. Okay, so you need to have a payslip. So when you'll be applying, you will be required to give a 3 months payslip. So you're applying. Let's say you're applying in July. So we will need your June payslip, your May payslip, and your April payslip. Yeah, so 3 months backwards from the day you're applying. Yeah. Also, the interest for this particular loan is 10%, and it is on reducing balance. So don't worry, this is done by a system, not even by a human being. So it will be on reducing balance and you will see it reducing. Again, we process this one very, very fast. It doesn't have a lot of, number one, it doesn't have a lot of interference on budget, reduce this, add this, take this, throw this. No, the budget is there for you. So we process it very, very fast. As I told you, this is a HELB initiative from the company, you know. Yes. So then this is for all salaried Kenyan students. Be it in you are employed by a private company, or you're employed by the government, and now like me, I can take jielimishe. For me, I will not benefit on civil servants because I'm not a civil servant. So I hope that is clear. I know here I'm being, someone is not asking, but me, I'm not employed with a payslip, but I'm employed. Now, unfortunately, we will not be able to fund you because if you don't have a payslip, and that is one of the things that is one of the deliverables we'll need from you. If you don't have it, unfortunately, we'll not be able to fund you. Also, I know the self-employed are here as well. Also, self-employed, honestly, it is hard getting people who are employed. So let's imagine how harder it's going to be getting self-employed peeps. Yeah? Hata kama KRA inatembea kutafuta mulipe returns, mufile returns na munajificha tu, you know, it gets harder. However, not to say we have given up on that. It's a conversation, but every time it's almost done, we get a setback of a new idea. What if we do this? What if we do this? So this hasn't come to fruition yet for self-employed students. So we move to the next for civil servants. So for civil servants, this is only for postgraduate students. Only. Yeah. So if you're doing undergraduate and you're a civil servant, you would qualify for the jielimishe loan, but not for this civil servant loan until you start doing your master's and PhD. Okay. So we give up to 500,000 per year, and you have 72 months to repay. Again, it's on check off because we get your payslip. Then the interest rate on this one is 4%, just like that for undergraduate. The undergraduate one is also 4%, okay? Now, once you have submitted the application, we will process it very fast and it has no processing fee, okay? You will get your money. Sisi, tuko sawa, utatulipa, we will fund you. Then this is now available to people working in the ministry, of course, civil servants and county employees, and of course, our beloved police service. Okay, so if you qualify, if nimekutaja hapo, kindly do apply for the application. Now, for KRA, again, 500 per year. Yeah, and it, again, for 48 months repayment period, and it's on check off again, as I had said for the previous two. 4% is also on this one, so I hope you're noticing the difference when it comes to interest. jielimishe is at 10%, then this one and civil servant is at 4%. We process quickly, and it's only available for KRA staff only. Okay, so these applications are on our portal. The KRA one is on our portal. The civil servants is on our portal. jielimishe is currently closed. Undergraduate is also currently closed to be opened on July 1st. It could be July 1st. It could be July 20th, but in July, okay? Yeah. So what are the requirements? What do you need? You need an admission letter, you need a national ID, and you need 2 employed guarantors. Remember, this is a product for salaried fellows. So if you're a salaried fellow, then you need to have 2 employed guarantors. Then, as I had mentioned earlier, the pay slips would need 3 months pay slips. We would need your KRA PIN, a passport size photo, a colored one of yourself, not your Bugatti. And then if you are taking the civil servant loan or the KRA loan, you need to have a course recommendation letter from your HR. Okay, si kwenda tu kusoma mambo ya forestry na uko kwa kazini unafanya nini record keeping, HR atakataa kukupea recommendation letter. So try as much as possible to ensure it aligns with the vision and the mission of your institution. The application process again is the same. Log into our portal. Once you've logged into our portal, we shall verify, you shall submit the application, then we shall verify and allocate, give you an offer letter for acceptance, and then disbursement will be in progress, and then payment, and you will get an SMS message sent to you once we have paid. Okay, so make sure everything is done online, and our services are free. So nobody should ask you to pay them money so that you can get the loan. No, just do the application online. Once you have done it online, sasa piga magoti uombe serikali kona pesa ndio tukulipe. Yeah, yes. So this application, hatunanga hard copies for all our applications. Ata sisi, we are following the footsteps of Open University. We are trying to be as online as we can be, yeah? So everything is done online. Now, there are quite a number of things that would make you not get these loans as much as they're there, but you will not get it. Number one, if your pay is below a third, your net pay is below a third, kindly tengeneza payslip, alafu ukuje tutakupatia. Number one. Is your employer registered on the employer's portal? Make sure by the time you're trying to apply and you find out your employer is not registered, reach out so we can register the employer and then you apply. Okay. Number three, if you're missing from the staff list that the employer has already put on the HELB portal, then reach out again and we shall guide before you do the application. If you have defaulted, you know, you took undergraduates, we paid you diligently. Now you're here, you're salaried, you have never paid us, you don't pay us, or we gave you the salaried loan and then you just disappeared, you stopped paying, something happened. Unfortunately, you will not be able to also, if your application is defective in any way, missing something, you did not sign, you did not attach your pay slips, etc., etc., you will not get the loan until you provide. I hope when I was talking about this, you heard how I Okay, co-host, you're muting me too many times. So anyway, if you've heard how I was speaking, nothing is written on stone, so that all these things can always be corrected. So please always reach out, okay? Now, if you're talking to us, you want to talk to us on the GLimishe product, on the salaried products, please take this screenshot and keep it, because this is, you will use it. Once you do the online application and you've submitted the form and you've done everything, you've scanned the whole document, kindly ensure you equally send a copy to the email on my I'm sure it's also on your left-hand side, the email on your left-hand side, jelimishe@helb.co.ke. If you are Benjamin, you're just drawing things on my slide, it's okay, Benjamin. Anyway, yeah, so please ensure you send the form there as well. If you're contacting us for any issue, this contact on your right hand side is what you should also have. Any issue, you send it to that email or you can call us. So okay, someone else has taken over. I'm not so but I'm actually this slide, and then there's just one more slide to tell you where you can find us. Our offices are at Anniversary Towers. Our offices at Anniversary Towers, Mezzanine 1. You can visit us there, or you can visit us at select. We have 28 select Huduma centers. You can check it on our website and see what is close to you. You don't have to come to Nairobi to get help. You can get help from where you are. So please do reach out in case of any issue that you may be experiencing. Wow, okay, yeah, so this was the last slide. So you can visit us here and we shall assist you. Thank you very much for listening to me. I hope you have been writing your questions on the chat. I hope so. And you have been answered. And I really, really wish you guys a really, really lovely experience at Open University. We will walk this journey together. And back to you, Bernice, and have yourselves a lovely day.
Thank you very much, Edna. You can see how much the students appreciate your presentation. Money matters are usually very, very important to each one of us because we need to know how to plan ourselves. Most of us here are adult learners, and with so many responsibilities, we need to make arrangements for financing our education. So Edna, thank you. And sorry, at the Open University of Kenya, we are always so privileged to have you talk directly with our students. We don't take that for granted. I want to invite students with questions. We'll take a few questions as your colleagues continue to respond to questions in the chat. Students, please also look at what has been asked in the chat and responded to so that we do not repeat the same questions. So Polycarp Ateto, you have had your hand up for so long. I think I'll start with you.
Yeah, I wanted to ask Madam Edna, and in case of, because some of us applied for HELB and HELB have already granted the money, but it has not been disbursed because they are saying it is allocation to follow. And the university also require us to pay for us to start the lessons or the access of the materials. Can they submit the names of those who have already applied for the full amount, like Jelimishe, to the university so that we may be allowed to continue with our studies even before the money is disbursed?
Thank you for that question. Edna, please note that. David Modama.
Oh, thank you. I have a question for the HELB official. I applied for civil servants loan, HELB, but after 2 weeks, I was told it is on the process. Then in the third week, I was told that I don't qualify because I'm not from TSC, or it is over to the police. So I don't know why, because I work for the government in the ministry, but I didn't get the loan. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Chris Kulenya.
Thank you. To the help, the question, the GLMishe, she only talked of the salaried and she was not clear on the terms of employment. I may be on contract, say a 1-year contract, and they are talking of a loan of around 48 months. And maybe I'm on a 1-year contract, which is either renewable or not renewable within a period of 12 months. So do they also consider that if I bring and submit a 3 months pay slip, and maybe the period is elapsing within a period of a few months, and maybe after that the contract may not be renewed. I don't know if they'll also consider that the terms of engagement in terms of employment.
Thank you, Chris. Peter Mututu. Peter, are you there?
Yes, I can hear you.
Go ahead,
Good morning.
please. Morning.
I had a question on HELB of issues. So I completed my diploma back in the year 2021. And I got my job last year. So my payment plan at HELB is in the process. So I wanted to confirm, am I eligible for the HELB loan?
Thank you, Peter. Edna, I think you respond to those and then we take another round of questions.
Okay. Alafu kwani huku Open University, baby girls don't speak. I'm just having Polycarp, David, Chris, Peter, or I'm speaking for all of you. Anyway.
They are speaking for all of us.
Okay. Okay, Polycarp. Do we submit lists for payment before the amount comes? Yes, actually, that is what we've been doing. We've been working hand in hand with Dr. Kagusha to ensure that no one misses out if the payment is in progress. So, yeah, Polycarp, yes, the registrar has been doing it. David, honestly, David, I don't know why you didn't get, and I would really hope that you posted on the chat, on the chat, your ID number, so that my colleagues can check on the system and give you the correct information. Please also on the chat indicate your phone number so that we could reach out. I don't know what happened there. I would really want to query the system and get to understand it. Quite unfortunate. Pole sana. For Chris, yes, Chris, if you are on contract, then you can be able to get the loan, because remember I said up to 200,000. I did not say lazima tukupatie 200 yote. We will give you what you'll be able to pay within the time of your contract. So yes, that is how this financing comes in. Okay. Then Chris amesema kidole yako sawa. Thank you, Chris. And then there is Peter. Peter, yes. Peter, we need to check. So what we say about HELB, guys, and I really hope that this is also what you will do now henceforth. Once we do an application, once you've done an application and you've cleared, if you do not pay during this time, you will be getting penalties. Yeah. So we do need to check. How are the penalties looking like? Is repayment in progress? Because remember, when I was speaking of how we shall deny you, we mentioned if you're a defaulter. So as much as you say you're in planning to make sure that we Alan, thank you, Alan, mute. Alan, mute. Thank you, Alan, mute. Yeah, so we need to...
nilikuwa nimekuomba namba yako.
Alan, please mute. Alan, please mute. Okay, thank you. So Peter, we will have to check your account. you guys can send an email to us. You can send an email to us. My colleague, Robbie, kindly put our email addresses on the chat, please. Put our email addresses on the chat. So while you'll be writing to the two of us. Ensure that you indicate your ID number and your phone number, because at times we really want to talk to you and also understand. Saa zingine kizungu ugonga mwamba hapo kwa chat. So kindly ensure that you write your ID number and your phone number so that we can be able to get in touch once you send the email. So yeah, I think so far so good. I've answered the 4 questions. What was Alan saying?
Alan wants the contacts for help so that he's able to have his issue addressed at individual
then
level.
Alan, okay, you see, we shall not give you guys our phone numbers. We shall give you our email addresses. We're very prompt on email as well. That is what we shall share with you guys so that you can talk to us through there. Then while there, you can give us your phone number and we shall call you. We reach you, not we reach to the mountains. Yes. So please get it from the chat. I'm sure I've seen it pop. It's on the chat. So Bernice,
Thank you, Edna. Let's take another round of questions. And this time we start with Norbert Oyugi. Norbert? Norbert, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. Are you Norbert Guitar or Norbert Oyugi? It was actually Norbert, not Robert.
Okay.
Anyway, go ahead, Robert.
Hi, Norbert is here.
Okay.
Okay, my question is, I had a HELB loan for my undergraduate, and I had some issue. I did pay it back, but now I'm currently paying it back. So I was asking, now that it's being paid, can I apply for another loan for my master's? Is it possible, since the loan that I'm having is active and it's being paid? Can I have a loan for my master's?
Thank you, Norbert. Lewis Murimi. Lewis? Okay, then let's have Agnes Okech.
A quick one,
Agnes?
sorry, I was muted. This is Lewis. Mine is on the GLMISHA loans. The deadline for the submission of the documents online was on the 19th, that is last month, but some of us had missed the submission deadline because some of the documents were not yet processed, maybe from our company's end. So my question is, if the documents are ready now, can we get our GLMISHA loans processed right now so that we start our semesters? And 2, if that is not possible, when is the next window open for the GLMISHA loan applications to be open? Thank you.
Thank you, Lewis. Agnes? Okay.
Okay, thank you. I wanted to ask her, if you are a private student not placed by COOPS, is it possible to get a HELB loan? And if so, my second question, what is the duration which is open for HELB, to apply for a HELB loan? Because right now, when I checked my portal, it's currently closed. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next is Darius Makori.
Thank you. First, I want to be a testimony that I did apply for civil servants loan, and it has successfully been dispersed to Open University of Kenya. So now I can say I don't have any pressure on how to settle my fee. Now the question is, when will the payment begin? Is it immediately after disbursement, or it's after completion of the course?
Thank you, Makori. Safari Mutisia.
Thank you, madam, for this chance. I want to pose this question to the HELB official, Madam Edna. For those students like me who have completed the diploma course last year, that is 2025, and in this year I engaged my attachment and I finished. And now I have joined the Open University of Kenya to do my undergraduate degree. And I had applied for a loan that is for my diploma, which I've not started repaying it. And for the application, I updated my institution details from the institution that I had my diploma to Open University. Am I eligible for the loan or not? Thank you.
Safari, come again.
For that question.
Okay, Madam
My name-
Edna, I can. Okay.
Safari, the last bits, yeah.
Am I eligible for the loan? Because I want to apply for the loan now because I had applied for the loan in diploma that I've been benefiting from it. So for the Open University now that I've joined, am I eligible for the loan again? That's my question.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Edna. Maybe you answer those and then we'll take another round of questions.
Okay. No, but yes, please apply. Yes, apply. You qualify. Lewis, unfortunately, the applications are usually closed because funds are over, not because we have funds and we're just choosing to close for you guys. So that is why we close that application at the moment. So funds at the moment are depleted. But again, they're depleted at a good time because the new financial year is almost starting. So we shall open in July. And I had mentioned that we shall open in July. Please ensure you take up that opportunity. Agnes. Yes, Agnes, I had mentioned a self-sponsored student will benefit at 60% of the program costs. Yes, they apply, will benefit 60% of the program cost. They will not get scholarship and they will not get upkeep money. Amazing. Agnes Akochonjo, amesema kidole. Applications open in July. Please, guys, July, be on the lookout, But when we usually open, we usually communicate to even the institution. So you will be notified once we open. I'm sure the school will do. And even before the school does, you will have known. Then Desdarius, Desdarius, thank you very much for the, that felt nice. It feels nice when someone says they have a good testimony about HELB. That is nice, yes. So Desdarius, the deduction from that month. If you
Am I the only one who has lost you and answering mine?
Today, then can you hear me?
Kind of repeat, I lost you.
You were lost. Okay, now am I okay? I hope so. So
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So they start if you were paid today, 15th. Of course, most of the payrolls have already been made. So they will start deducting you from next month. Yes, so from your next salary next month, it will be deducted. Then Safari, how long have you been out? That is one thing. You said last year. So when was your last HELB diploma application? Has a year lapsed? If a year has lapsed, then you need to check on repayment. If a year has not lapsed, July, once we open the application, you can apply for undergraduate. Yeah. So those are just the things that you have to check. So I have answered all of you. I've answered all of you. Yes, TSC is eligible for civil servant loan. Yes, TSC is eligible. So I feel like I've answered all your questions so far.
Thank you, Edna.
Bernice?
Thank you for that. We'll take the last round of questions before I hand over this session to the registrar. So Benjamin Kathoka. Benjamin?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, go ahead.
Yes, my name is Benjamin. I had a question regarding HELB application. I had applied a loan in the year 2024. The status is verified and then awaiting allocation. Since then, it has never changed. It has remained the same. Maybe the question would be what could have informed the same? Why were the allocations not done? And what can be done against it? Thank you.
Benjamin, sorry, Benjamin?
Hello.
Yeah,
Edna, can
on
you
my
hear
end, you
me?
broke down. Yes.
Oh, sorry. I'm saying in the year 2024,
Mm.
I did an application. Actually, it was for a scholarship.
Mm-hmm.
And since then, the status is verified. Allocations will follow.
Okay.
And since then, there was no allocations done, and it has remained the same. What might be the issue, and how can that be addressed?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ferdinand?
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes,
Hello.
we can hear you.
This is Ferdinand. My question is on civil servant loan. I saw on the requirements they're supposed to have a cost recommendation letter from the HR. So the question is, what if the HR is declining to write the letter, but you want to do a different thing besides what the organization actually is doing, and you want to pursue a different line? Thank you. That's the question. Is it a must to have the letter, or there's an exemption?
Thank you for that. We have two Gideons. One has a single name, Gideon. Just a minute, Best, hold on. Gideon will take your question.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
My question actually is someone has asked the same question. It's concerning an application of subsequent loan application in HELP, and then you find that it's verified, but it was not disbursed. Actually, mine is back in 2019, where I had a loan that was verified by HELP, but it was not disbursed. So I graduated in 2020, and when I look at my statement, I always see that it was verified, but it was not disbursed. So my question is, how will that be dealt with? And also, I have a question concerning when I have a loan that I have not begun paying with HELP, can I still be able to apply for another loan? Yes.
Thank you, Gideon, for that question. Dominic?
sorry, you have skipped me. Can I ask my question?
Yeah, please ask. I'd called out your name, but you did not respond.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I'd like to appreciate the fact that my studies were funded by HELB, my undergraduate studies. And I'm also happy to report that this month I completed my payments to HELB. Number two, my question was, I've also applied for the HELB loan for masters, and currently it is in the registration stage. So my question was, how long is it likely to take for the disbursement to be done, because we are still waiting to use the same finances to fund our master's program, taking into account that next week it is the beginning of the registration of the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Gideon, for that question. I'll ask Edna to respond to those. But before you respond, Edna, students, I want to appreciate that you have allowed me to take you through the session from beginning of the orientation till this moment. As I hand over to the registrar, I just want to appreciate your time and to once again welcome you to the Open University of Kenya. We have shared our contacts everywhere. If you have any challenges, kindly don't hesitate to reach out to us. If there is any slow pace in response in one channel of communication, you can always use an alternative channel, and you can be sure we are willing and really ready to support you throughout your academic journey. So thank you very much. Edna, please respond to the questions, and then the registrar will take over from this point. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Banis. So Benjamin and Gideon M. Gideon M and Benjamin, you applied and you did not get. What might have happened? Probably pesa ilisha, and that is why it was not paid. Yeah. Do we go backwards? No. But do we move and apply an extra year? That is what you should have done. Please note, we do fund per course duration. So if your course is taking 4 years, then those 4 years you have 4 loans. So in the event you apply 3 loans, you can apply a 4th loan. However, if you guys, Benjamin and Gideon, you managed to graduate, clap for yourselves. Clap for yourselves. Yes, at least Gideon graduated, and Benjamin, you can apply for another loan in 2026, 2027. Yeah, so great. Ferdinand, if HR declines, HR declines. Okay, this is what happens. These things we're given terms and conditions, yeah? And the reason why they started giving that money is so that they can at least and try as much as possible to elevate their staff to also help the organization. Like it is just not one-sided. They're not doing this as a favor. They also have their interest at heart. And that is why we will not be able to fund you if you do not have that HR letter confirming that this course has been approved for this person. So itabidi uone HR kwa tent ya blue mdiscuss. Yes. Gideon says the form, this Gideon, the last Gideon, Gideon muko wengi, the last Gideon mentioned about the form being registered. I would really want to know what product that is. If it is Jellymisha, it's because funds are over. So I hope it's something else and not Jellymisha. If it's anything else other than Jellymisha, kindly reach out. We shall reach out on the chat. You will be answered on what has happened. Gideon M asked, can I be paying? Gideon M, yes, I'm not paying. Can I benefit? Honey, we said no. You have to pay. You have to show initiative. You have, kindly pay us back pole pole, lipa mdogo mdogo, you know, so that now you can be able to benefit. If you're a defaulter, unfortunately, you won't benefit. Okay? Sasa nimeongelesha, nimefeel poa. I hope pia nyinyi mmefeel poa. I hope mmepata information.
Edna.
So, Dominic.
Hello.
Dominic, unasema?
Yes, I had been given a chance, but again, I have a query. I have filled that form. That is the help form for the civil servant. Lakini kufika pale mwisho imeniambia that because of the third rule, the amount that I've applied for, I can't be given. Now, I was asking, is it possible to change the amount so that it can fit what will now go with the third rule?
If you've already hit the third rule,
I've
work
not
on the
hit
payslip first. Yeah?
I've not hit Okay, I had applied for 200. Hello? Hello? Are you getting me? Hello?
Hello. Sorry, good morning. I'm requesting people who are not on stage kindly mute so
Yes,
that we can
Dominic.
listen to one another. So Dominic, you're on stage. Please talk. Then
Yes.
we
Yes,
have
I'm
a
on
few
stage.
minutes as we wait for our VC here. Go on, Dominic.
Yeah. So now I was requesting Edna whether we can change the amount so that it can fit in my payslip.
Okay, Dominic, my colleague has written to you there. Kindly respond to him with your ID number and your phone number.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. The whole payslip, a third rule, I feel like it's confidential information, Dominic.
Yeah.
I'm sure you do not want. Yes.
So
I've
I
seen one
post my
last
number on the
question.
meeting chat.
Yes, you're right. I think Kisaka had asked you. Check on Kisaka's message.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So this is the last question that I have gotten on age. Yes, I had mentioned it earlier that we do give loans to minors who have been placed in universities. Just minors who have been placed in university. If you are 18 years and above and you are in a position to repay this loan, we do not have a cap, an age cap. Yeah. So we can't say because you are 50 years, you can't benefit. If those 10 more years before you retire, you want to, study, it's okay. Reach out. Yeah. So we don't have age caps. If you are able to repay us the loan in the stipulated time, then reach out kindly. So thank you very much for this opportunity. My team has done an amazing job on answering you guys. And I hope you equally appreciate Victor and Roby. Victor Kisaka and Roby Mwita, thank you so much. You have made this very easy for me. And also Open University Fraternity, thank you so much for our continued partnership, and we'll keep doing this over and over again to sensitize and help you when you need us. Have a lovely day, and Dr. Kagrisha, it was nice seeing you, and have a lovely afternoon. It's afternoon right now, right? No, it's almost afternoon. Have a good one. Bye.
Edna, HELB team, we really appreciate you. Our students, kindly, I have seen some applauding, but I think we can make it better given the information you have received. Kindly, yes, Edna, that is how much you have touched the souls and the hearts of our students. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
each one of you. Yeah, we appreciate each one of you. I'm sure you're not leaving. You are on our chat. So if any student has a question, they can continue typing and then they'll get their response. We need that
Sure.
assurance, Edna.
Sure,
Yeah, so if you feel
definitely.
yes. If you feel your issue has not been handled, please just type it and then Edna and team will respond. The help team is very helpful.
Alternatively,
We
Daktari,
appreciate. Yes.
alternatively, Daktari, we have shared
Yes.
our email addresses.
They can send to the email.
Which will be even better. Unaona sasa Dominic haizi niambia mambo ya payslip hapa kwa chat. Yeah. So
Yeah.
please let them write to us, send your ID number, your phone number, so that we can either call you or just respond to you on email. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Edna. I can see messages of appreciation are still coming in, and I've actually listened to the whole presentation, and I can tell you it was wonderful. I'm not forgetting Anne, who presented on financial matters. Anne, let's give Anne her appreciation as well, because she did a very good job equally. Yeah, Anne, hope you can see things are coming up seriously. Great. And then we appreciate Bernice, who has taken us through this session. So those now are for Bernice. And it is wonderful. We are happy to have you here. We are happy to have everybody and everybody's contribution, because it is from what you do, what you say, what you ask, that we get to see the areas of concern that we should be addressing in our issues. So we are very grateful for that. And in a few minutes, we'll be inviting our Vice-Chancellor, whose address we have really yearned for the whole week. We told you the climax of our orientation is the VC's address, and he's joining us just in a minute or two. So can start preparing to listen to that great speech. Yeah. Yes. I see some hands up, and I want to request that you type your questions. I see Ferdinand, I see Frank, I see Dominic. We really feel you. I see also Gideon, Caleb. We really feel you, but now the time is not on our side. And because we want to type those questions on the chat, and if we can also go the direction Edna has guided, that we write emails so that we get personalized responses. So sorry, we did not have enough time to listen to you, but we can listen to you through the other channels that we have indicated. So Dominic and Frank, do you want to bring your hands down? I see your question, Frank. Maybe you can bring your hand down so that we are able to progress. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, just a reminder as we go to the next session, we have said we register for the session so that you're known that you're in the session. And to register for session, you need to pay your fees. We, as you are told, our fees are very affordable, and therefore we can accommodate you. And we said, kindly pay the amount so that we don't disturb you in the middle of the semester. Kindly pay the amount. But if you are not able to, we have the flexible mode of payment, and we have the minimum percentage that you can pay to register. So let's go that direction. Factor in payment of full amount. If you're not able, then we tell you we cannot tell you to keep off, but just come with the amount you have and pay flexibly until by the time you're doing examinations, you have already paid your fees. So I believe that has been taken in. And with Edna here and her products, very many products of HELB, and the guidance she has given us about the funding board for those who are government sponsored, then we can try that avenue. We also have other financiers that we can explore. We have CDFs, we have NGOs that can fund education, and we are free to reach out to them. If there is any help you need, maybe mostly in terms of a letter introducing you to those bodies, we will be more than willing to assist you so that you get that assistance that is required. Some of the products Edna has talked about are closed, and this is because we are approaching the end of the financial year. I'm sure as we open the new financial year, the products will be open and available for us to apply. So all is not lost, and the money, wherever it comes, it will be of great help in your studies. We have also said that our student support is available. So should you get challenges or you feel you need support in some areas, we request you to reach out so that we are able to assist in whatever areas you require our support. So we have the technical support, and this is what we give through troubleshooting sessions. If you've not managed maybe to register, you've not managed to do session registration, you've not managed to do course registration, although these I know we've been guided it will be done, feel free to reach out. The troubleshooting sessions are there, and they can actually be organized even for you as a person. We can handle you as a person so that you are settled and ready to go on with your studies. We said our studies are flexible, but then there is what we call the synergy when you work together with your classmates. So if you want to study together, you can look for ways of working together, reaching out, being accountability partners and all that, so that you have somebody who can ask you, how far are you with this course? How far are you with the assignments and all that? When you have to answer a question to somebody, it is normally easier for you to do because you don't want to answer in the negative. It is normal and it is natural for human beings. Of course, you want to give good news to other people. So look for somebody, be it a family member, a friend, a colleague, a classmate. Look for them, and so that they can be checking on your progress. The online studies can be lonely. You need to look for ways of killing that loneliness, although our material is quite interactive, to try and remove that boredom and the loneliness. So let's do that. I've seen a question of what NGOs offer scholarship. I actually don't have any in mind, but it's just to awaken our thoughts so that we can look out to people, to those organizations that can assist. We don't have any in affiliation to the university. Then something else, I know you have interacted with your school staff in your school, and those are the main people you're going to be interacting with in your journey. So get to know, their contact details or how to reach out to them, because they're the first stop before you go to any other offices, unless if it is technical, which is directly ICT, if it is admission related, which is directly admission. But if it is academic, you first start from the head of chair of department, that is your department, and then you go to the school. After that, now you can either raise with the registrar and the DVC, depending on what the matter is. But I would encourage us to try and follow that hierarchy so that we are able to sort you out in a quick manner, rather than maybe rather than starting maybe somewhere, then you're directed to another office. I would urge us to start from the lower offices. We get our issues sorted, and therefore we can sieve and have the weightier ones being solved now in the higher offices. With that, I think allow me to invite our Vice-Chancellor, who is in the house, to give us his address. I know we have been waiting for him. VC is right there. We've been waiting for the address, and I know it is going to be a very powerful speech. So VC, welcome.
Thank you, Catherine. Let me check whether you can hear me. Are you able to hear me? You can raise your thumbs or acknowledge. Yeah, thank you. Let me first thank Catherine and the entire team from the Open University of Kenya who have been taking us through the orientation program since it began. And also want to thank you all for joining in this call, a very important milestone in your journey at the Open University of Kenya. So the Deputy Vice-Chancellor present, I believe Professor Mlando would be somewhere in this call. The other DVC is assisting me in chairing another meeting going on. Members of Senate present, members of the University Management Board present, the faculty, staff, other staff of the university, administrative and others, distinguished students, ladies and gentlemen. The registrar has mentioned that you've been here waiting for my address. I appreciate that, I guess, Chair. However, I think the most important bit of this process is the orientation which has happened at the various stages. If you recall, when you began, it was introduced to you what orientation is about, the programs which are there, the various departments and what they offer, and how all that integrates into one coherent whole, forming the Open University of Kenya. I'm sure an orientation was given to you on how technology has been put together to assist in our strategic goal that has been given to us by the government of the Republic of Kenya. I also believe that the university's mandate, which is drawn from the Universities Act, Chapter 24, 1B, states inter alia that there shall be an Open University of Kenya, which for purposes of the interest of the country will address issues to do with flexibility, affordability of higher education, inclusivity, and aspects of equity and quality. That is where our mandate is drawn from. And therefore, during my speech here, I would be making reference to those 5 key components often. So on behalf of the University Council, dear students, management, Senate, and the entire Open University of Kenya fraternity, I want to very warmly welcome you to the Open University of Kenya, Kenya's first fully online public university, which has been created to respond boldly to the needs of today's learner and tomorrow's world. Today marks the beginning of a transformative journey, a chapter in your lives where you've chosen the Open University of Kenya for your opportunity to scale through the next frontiers of your learning. It's a flexible model. It is an innovative university. It brings about lifelong learning, learning everywhere, anytime, at your own pace. You have joined an institution that understands the realities of the modern learner, where education must coexist with work, family, entrepreneurship, leadership responsibilities, and personal aspirations. I always tell those whom I meet as I talk about the university that this is the university where you learn while you earn. A university in your hands, a university on the go, where the universities come to you and not you going to the university. At the University of Kenya, Open University of Kenya, we strongly believe that quality university education should never be limited by geography, time, social background, or personal circumstances. And therefore, education must be accessible, inclusive, and responsive to the changing needs of society and the economy. So who is this animal called the Open University of Kenya? The university was founded with a bold and clear mission to make higher education more accessible and provide relevant, flexible, and industry-responsive learning opportunities for Kenyans and learners beyond our borders. We are not just simply a virtual university because of the mode through which we teach. No, we are beyond just the mode. We are bringing freshness into the whole ecosystem of higher education and how it's delivered. We are future-focused, an institution that is intentionally designed to prepare learners for the demands of a rapidly evolving world. Everything we do is guided by one central commitment: preparing you, our students, for meaningful participation, leadership, and impact in society. And that's why our programs are continuously aligned with emerging industry trends, national development priorities, technological advancements which are happening in the world today, global labor market demands, and even the future of work. As the world continues to change, to evolve through digitalization, artificial intelligence, automation, robotics, global interconnectedness, universities must evolve as well. The university exists to ensure that no learner is left behind in this transformation that we are implementing. Now, we have used the word aligning with the world of work. What exactly do we mean by that? As you begin your academic journey, dear students, let me emphasize one important reality which has already been mentioned by my colleague, the registrar here. Education today must go beyond acquisition of certificates and degrees. It must equip you, the learner, with practical competencies, critical thinking abilities, adaptability, and the confidence to thrive in an increasingly competitive environment. Our programs, therefore, are carefully designed around 6 key areas. The first, emerging industry needs. Before any program is launched, we do benchmarks with the industry. We invite the industry to come and discuss with us what they think our students should learn. We also design our programs around the digital economy. Even in our country right now, one of the 5 pillars of the better transformation model is the digital economy and transformation agenda. Number 3 is innovation. And I'm like, okay, innovation and entrepreneurship is the third very important area around which our programs are designed. Number 4 is leadership and problem-solving aspects. We are talking about a flipped classroom approach where the learner is the center of the ecosystem. And the learner is able to participate in the process of knowledge creation in a very innovative, interactive, and intuitive manner. Number 5 is research and creativity. Our programs are developed around the concept of research and creativity. They are modular in nature. One of the firsts at this university and anywhere in the world is to allow programs which are modular, and students can gain knowledge as they build and get certificates, as you've already been informed, and start earning out there as you scale through the entire program. Number 6 is critical fields such as ICT, cybersecurity, business, education, AI, and digital transformation. So those are the 6 important aspects that we consider when we are designing and implementing our programs. We continuously engage the industry, the leaders from the industry, professional bodies, the Nursing Council, the Engineers Board where necessary, and many others, government agencies, innovators, and international partners. I'm sure you've already been told we have signed upwards of 40 memorandums of understanding with several international and local institutions, both at university level, industry, and others, to help us implement the curricula. Remember up there, I mentioned that we also focus on hands-on experience. Somebody asked a virtual university, how do you carry out hands-on experience? I think you've already been informed that we have virtual laboratories, we have signed MOUs with several partners where internship as well as attachment will take place. So it's not just the whole thing is being done virtually. At one point, you'll need to interact with the industry through that model of internship and attachment. Additionally, our curricula is informed by labor market realities. Learning emphasizes practical skills and competences I've already mentioned, not just theory alone. We engage experts in the industry to come and talk to you, talk to us, and give us perspectives from real-world experience. Several programs have integrated professional certifications, skills-based training, and students, you, the learner, are empowered not just to seek employment, but also to create opportunities, to be entrepreneurs, to be innovators, to be transformative leaders. Whether you have joined us to advance your career, to change profession, upgrade qualifications, develop new competencies, or pursue a dream that you've been postponing for years, the Open University of Kenya is committed to support you in the journey and the step that you have taken. Now, has already been mentioned by the registrar here. It can be lonely when you're doing individualized learning. But now, dear students, we offer tremendous flexibility and convenience, but that requires discipline, consistency, and personal responsibility. Success in an online environment depends greatly on your ability to remain focused and self-driven. As students of the university, I want to encourage you to cultivate effective time management, active participation in virtual classes and discussions, consistency and self-motivation, integrity and ethical scholarship. AI is with us, but let us use it responsibly. Openness, technology, and continuous learning. Collaboration and respectful engagement with your peers and the faculty is important. Remember, dear students, that excellence is not achieved overnight. It's built through commitment, resilience, and determination. Academic programs, which are managed by our staff, the staff themselves, the facilitators, and the support teams are all geared towards guiding and mentoring you through your studies. However, your ultimate success will largely depend on your dedication and willingness to fully engage with the learning process. What kind of support are we giving you to scale through your learning journey? As we begin this exciting journey, remember that you are not alone. The university has invested significantly in systems and structures that are intended to enhance your learning experience and support your academic success. These include, 1, a robust and user-friendly learning management system having been delivered into the LMS from the ERP. Remember, during registration, you are using ERP. Then secondly, a dedicated academic and student support service. A digital library and extensive online learning resource is the third. And the fourth is virtual continuous engagements and communication platforms that we have put together for you. And fifthly, continuous engagement and enhancement of our digital infrastructure and the learner support systems. We are committed to working with you from the time you're admitted to the university all the way to graduation and even beyond the graduation as an alumni of this university. Innovators, professionals, and ambassadors of this university, so we ask you to become what is ahead of this university together with you. As the Open University of Kenya continues to grow, we remain firmly committed to expanding academic programs, strengthening strategic partnerships, advancing research and innovation, and producing you, the graduates, who are globally competitive and locally relevant. That is our resolve, and that journey we are committed to work with you. You are now part of a dynamic and transformative institution that is helping redefine the future of higher education in Kenya, Africa, and beyond. The decisions you make during your time here will shape not only your personal future, but also the future of your communities, the industry, and our nation at large. I encourage you to embrace this opportunity. Be curious, be innovative, be resilient, be disciplined, and most importantly, believe in your potential. In closing, dear students, you are the reason for this university. We believe in you, we believe in your dreams, your ambition, and your ability to transform lives through education. I encourage you to remain focused, embrace innovation, pursue excellence, and make full use of the opportunities which are available at the Open University of Kenya. Once again, dear students, I welcome you to this university, the great Open University of Kenya, where learning meets innovation, learning meets flexibility, learning empowers your ambition, and education connects directly to the world of work. I wish you success in your studies and in the exciting journey ahead of you. Siku njema and hongera. Asante sana. God bless.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, VC, for that wonderful speech. I know now our student can. Yes, I'm seeing the appreciation, and let's continue giving them because I know he deserves much more. I don't know, somebody has already a question for the VC, but I'm sure we'll give you some few minutes to respond. So right now we appreciate because we have listened, we have heard, and in a nutshell, we have what the Open University of Kenya is from that particular speech. Yeah, VC, we can see flowers, claps, and everything. Yeah, that is okay. That by seeing the VC here, it simply tells you that the whole OUK has welcomed you to the university, and therefore you're in a place where you belong. Yeah, so that is okay. VC, I don't know whether you would want to take a few questions, like 5 or so.
Yes, and you can mute yours. Sorry, I was not muted, and I hope there was no echo. Yes, dear students, I am ready to take a few questions. Some of them, if they were answered earlier but not concluded, you're free to put across your question. I think the moderator, you can allow the student to, whoever wants to ask a question, to voice it or put it on the chat, whichever that you prefer.
Okay, thank you. We'll do it in a very orderly manner. So number one, we'll have Juma. I've seen your hand. I've seen Roman, Brian. We are taking 5, Caleb, and then, okay, we have 4 at the moment. So Juma, you can ask your question. Juma, are you able to unmute?
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for the VC's presentation. I'm one of the students who had a foreign education, like who are basically not rooted in a Kenyan education system. And I would like maybe to pose this question maybe for most of us who have had education outside Kenya. How are you really committed to integrating and seeing that we are all synchronized, like to the Kenyan system and the work presentation, because there is always some
Juma,
in
Juma,
education.
sorry, I wasn't hearing you because we are here together with the registrar, and therefore synchronizing our mics sometimes may cause an issue. So I request you to repeat the question, and I hope there is no echo. If there is an echo, please let us know. Yeah, please proceed, Juma.
Sorry, Professor. Sorry, VC. I was giving you a question. Some of us went to universities. We are from outside Kenya, and we have had the different systems of learning. So how are you really committed, or how are you prepared to reintegrate us into the Kenyan system of learning and like make us so much more welcome to the Kenyan system of learning? I may be asking for more people who are joining this university but have had education outside Kenya. Thank you.
Maybe I can answer that, and later on we can take two or three. First, the fact that you have been admitted to this university, it means you're already integrated into the Kenyan education system. And if there is an issue in terms of qualification certificates, which must be checked by the Kenya National Qualifications Authority or the Commission for University Education, that is normally a process which is not hampered by any obstacles. You will go through that process smoothly. I think it is a process nowadays which is practiced in most countries in the world today. So if you acquired your certificates outside Kenya, you'll be required to have them certified or cleared by either the Commission for University Education or the Kenya National Qualifications Authority. By the way, even all of us, I had one of my certificates from outside the country. I'm required to submit it to the Commission for University Education for them to verify it and to confirm that I got that certificate, my master's, from an authorized and accredited institution in whatever country. So it is not just unique to the people from outside Kenya, but all of us are included in that requirement. But also in terms of keeping you into the warmth of the Kenyan country, the warmth is online. Where you interact with your colleagues in the discussion fora, the e-portfolio that you form, the journey of interaction with your professors and your lecturers is the same as those of us who are learning from here in Kenya. In fact, this is education without boundaries. You wouldn't know that a person is outside Kenya when you are interacting. I'm a student also in this university, one of the programs, and we will never know where one is picking the call from, whether you're next door or out of the country, thousands of miles away. There is no difference. I can assure you there isn't. The only little challenge would come in terms of time difference when it comes to things like exams, and that we have already put in systems to ensure that those who have a different time zone from when the main exam is being done from here, the headquarters, you are taken care of. Either an examination is given to you at your time when it is convenient, or we allow that we schedule midway when most of the people around the world are able to join in that particular session. So you will not be alone. You will just feel the warmth of the Kenyan spirit just as the Kenyans here. I don't know whether I've answered your question, Bwana Juma.
Thank you very much. I'm covered.
Well, thank you. Next question, the moderator, please go ahead.
Yes, next we have Roman, we have Brian, and then Caleb. We'll take the three, then the VC will respond. So Roman, go ahead.
Thank you very much. It's Ramon. So Ramon is my name, and I work at the Aga Khan University in Nairobi. And I'm happy to learn that Professor Umwenga is also did also computer science, just like myself. And it's good to have an expert also in that field. So my question is,
well, if I finish my master's, which I'm taking right now, master's in digital services management, and I want to upscale, maybe I want to do PhD. I had Professor, you said that we have like 40 MOUs with other schools and campuses around the world. So do I stand a chance maybe to pursue my PhD maybe outside the country? And what are the thresholds for such scholarships? Are they scholarships or are they, I don't know, I know you have understood and maybe you will shed more light on that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sorry, Ramon, I read Roman. I think that is what I wanted to see, but sorry for that. We listen to Brian. Brian?
Yes, thank you so much, and thank you, VC, for the beautiful welcome speech. My question is based on what I got from the orientation. The campus at Konza has some limitation in terms of the digital labs we can use, and also sometimes during the online classes you get burnouts, and sometimes you want maybe to go somewhere different in a different environment and get somewhere to sit and just try to catch up with the momentum. What plans do you have maybe to have a common space that you can have at the campus, whereby if maybe a student wants to come to the campus and access some of the resources like the digital labs that you could have, that they can make good use of?
Maybe I should answer those, Registrar. I think they are quite heavy. Yes, Ramon from Aga Khan University, the contemporary in computer science. Thank you for your question. I think there are two questions, I think. The first, yes, we have several MOUs, including an MOU with Indira Gandhi National Open University, one of the largest universities in the world. And we are collaborating with them in terms of capacity building. And sometimes later on, we shall have staff and student exchange programs. This is a university that has 3.2 million students. Every year, they admit about 1 million students. And we also have an MOU with Arizona State University in the UK, in the US. We have MOUs which are in the works with Howard and several others across the United States and other places in the world. And these are MOUs not just for purposes of staff and student exchange program, but also for giving us credibility. A university is universal. In other words, we must exist within the universal cadres, as it were. And therefore, when we sign an MOU, for example, with these institutions, we have the Open University of China. We have an MOU with them. In fact, we are creating some courses, especially in the language of Chinese. It means these universities or institutions, they have found something good in us. They have found that we are a credible institution that they can work with. Do you remember the mantra that a friend is, or rather, you can know them by the friends whom they keep? So we keep some of those friends, and therefore you can know us more. We have an MOU with UNISA, the largest open university in Africa, and they are actively engaged with us in co-creating several artifacts in the teaching and learning space. We have MOUs with several counties in this country, and the reason for these MOUs, Raman, is to help us in implementation of some of the programs, such as the nursing program, which is soon beginning. We need to access the county hospitals, and therefore we need MOUs with these counties. We have MOUs with agricultural institutions for us to implement the agricultural-based courses. We don't need any other services for certain courses such as computer science, because that is mainly online. All we need is the student to have an attachment and later an internship opportunity out there. Now, in terms of opportunities for you to do your PhD in some of these universities, yes, exactly, that's the reason. Last week, I was at the Southern Denmark University. We were there to cement a relationship which has begun on the area of AI, robotics, and drones. The Southern Denmark University is one of the best universities in the world on aspects of drone technology, deployment of the same, and using AI to improve on this. And they have a unique model of learning where every program has an industry mentor. Like the drone technology they are deploying is tested in live situations where the industry has given them contracts to work around solutions using robotics. And they come, design, test the concept, and deploy it out there in a real life situation. So we visited several of such in order for us to create a more closer relationship with the industry. So we have an MOU already signed, and a Kendai project is Kenya-Denmark arrangement where the Open University of Kenya, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, and Kenyatta University, which is the anchor institution, are involved in this project to ensure that we create a pipeline of student exchange programs, research, and staff engagements across the various institutions. So your question is valid, and those opportunities are there. In fact, the next proposal we are writing is specifically to support PhD and master's programs in these institutions in a collaborative manner. Now, the other question from the questioner who is talking about Konza. Let me clarify. We are having a technology that is perhaps the best in the region in terms of learning and registration of students. So at Konza, we have our ERP and learning management system, which already has implemented virtual laboratories. Virtual laboratories are online. You don't have to travel to any place for you to access these technologies. If you had me the other way around that we don't have, I'm sorry about that. I said we have invested in such technologies as AI tools to walk the journey with you, virtual laboratory to support your process of simulation and repetitive learning processes, and of course, all the other assets required to make the journey of a student very, very friendly and enjoyable. But the question you're asking is on whether we have other centers besides Konza. Konza is just our administrative headquarters. There is no learning center in Konza as we speak, but just for administration, where our offices are located, and you're welcome to come and visit us. We have all the administrative and academic offices. Our technology, our delivery is done from there, as well as other places around where the lecturers are residing. But we are moving towards your question of having a place, a common space, and we've already been allocated a space at the Kenya Higher Age Training College, the former Kenya Higher Age Training College, which is within the Nairobi Central Business District, and there we will be engaging you directly when you come there physically to access some of these things if you wish to come physically. So your question is already addressed, and we continue to address it further. And we have signed MOUs with the Ministry of ICT and the Digital Economy to access all their digital centers across the country, at least for Kenya. Those outside the country, we have a model for you. And these digital centers, which are existing at least in every county and later on somehow in every ward, will be a place for you, any student who is registered with us, to walk in there and access the IC resources. We have an MOU, black and ink, signed. So that is another very big feather in our cap in terms of enabling effective learning to take place for you, our students. I think common space, yes, that is exactly what I'm talking about, a common space, a physical common space, but also a virtual common space, virtual laboratories, virtual classrooms, and breakout sessions, which are done virtually, is part and parcel of the common space that we're talking about. It could be physical, it could be virtual, as you may want to look at it. I want to ask that we will move on to the next question, the fourth question, please. And I hope the gentleman from Aga Khan is satisfied with my answer. If not, I can clarify further. Please, you confirm?
Yeah.
Yes,
It
yes,
was,
sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Next question, please. The fourth.
Okay, thank you. We'll listen from Caleb, then Chris. Caleb and Chris. Caleb, you can take the
Caleb and-
stage.
Yes,
And
Caleb.
as we do that, VC, you can touch on the NAT MOU. I've seen a question as we continue. Caleb?
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Hi, everyone. My name is Caleb Kitui Smith. I'm based in Bungoma. I'm an employee of West Media. I'm both radio and TV host. I actually don't have a question, but an acknowledgement. Actually, my joining Open University is after my interaction with the VC. I was one of the guys who had given up in attaining a degree ever in life. I thought I was condemned to live a life outside or without attaining any degree. But because of his encouragement, I'm here. I'm so, thank you, VC. I'm so eager to match my years of industry experience and the innovative curriculum at OUK. This, I hope, is going to be a life-changing opportunity to further contribute to the nation's digital landscape. I didn't have a question, but just to say thank you for playing a big role in making this happen. Thank you, sir.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, my friend Caleb. I was actually looking at the photo we took with you, and I have it right here. Right here. I don't know whether I will be able to share, but anyway, that was great. Caleb is one of our, can I call, case study students who has come in through one of our 7 criteria for admission. And I was amazed, by the way, that we have such people as Caleb who have initially very little secondary education, but extremely brilliant, knowledgeable in his area in the media sector. He interviewed me, not in any lesser version than Jeff Koinange, when I appeared before his media station in Bungoma. And out of that, I asked him, what is your qualification? Do you have a master's? Or you can join the Open University of Kenya for PhD. He said he neither has a master's, nor a first degree, nor even a Form 4 certificate. It was just shocking to me. I was there with my colleague from the Higher Education Loans Board, Monari. It was a discussion we had until we arrived in Nairobi. So welcome on board, Caleb, and bring many of your kind. That is the reason why this university was established, to address issues of this nature. So the Senate of the Open University, the apex decision-making body on academic matters, unanimously, without an iota of doubt, admitted Caleb as per the powers given to us by the Commission for University Education to admit students of the caliber, of the kind of Caleb. Congratulations and welcome on board.
Maybe VC, for benefit, we could see Caleb's face, please.
Yes, Caleb, and I think let me just let me post here. Yes, Caleb, please go ahead. Go ahead and show us your
Just put on
face.
your camera. We need to, and we'll be
Caleb, can I put the photo I took with you on the chat for everybody to know us? Are you okay?
Yes, I'm okay, sir.
Very good. I think I have the photo here with me. Let me see where it is. Lists. Yeah. I will do it as we proceed. I thought I downloaded it. Yes, thank you so much, all of you, for the accolades that you're giving our colleague, your colleague, Caleb. That is me. You can see there on the studio. That is myself, Mr. Monari Geoffrey, and Caleb mwenyewe hapo katikati when he
We are
was
not able
interviewed.
to see VC.
You're not. Maybe
Yeah,
I sent. Okay, let me send it.
Yeah.
Sorry. I think I sent it. Let me send it to everyone. Let me send it to everyone.
On the chat or
Yes,
sharing.
on the chat. On the
Okay.
chat. Bring it on the chat. I don't know why I send it to Christopher. I don't know which Christopher I send it to.
As it comes up, there's a question here by one person who
Oh,
is
Umeona,
wondering.
I hope you've seen it on the chat.
Can see, yeah.
Yes.
That is Caleb. That is the man himself. He's a young man. He's not he's a middle-aged man there. And he's really a case study for the Open University. Perhaps this will go down in the history of this country as the first student admitted under that very special criteria given only to the Open University of Kenya and not any other university in this country.
VC,
Next
as
question.
we go on, Regina here is wondering, does this mean I can do a degree without the Form 4 certificate? Maybe what recognition of prior learning is?
Yes, thank you. That's a good question. And indeed, that is the case. Remember, number 6, the 7th criteria of our admission process is any other qualification determined by Senate, including recognition of prior learning. Now, what prior learning means here is one who has may never have had a chance to do well early in life in the area that you are interested in, that would have given you admission into degree program, and therefore you failed to proceed in your academic journey. But over time, you have made it by going through another set of experience in the life of work. With
I don't know whether it's my internet or the VCs. Are you able to hear the VC?
The VC has gone off.
No, not able to hear
problem
you.
is
We're not able to hear.
Okay, let's check. VC your network.
There's a problem with this network.
Just a minute. We'll sort it out right away. Just a minute.
We are patient.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Can't hear.
A minute.
Yes, am I back? Am I back now?
Yes, sir, you're back.
Yes. I think what happened is somebody called me and I was tethering. Tethering means I'm using my phone to get internet. Where I am, the internet wasn't.
You are
So when
back.
it goes in, it kind of interferes with the other connection. So I'm saying that that recognition of prior learning means that a student who, or rather somebody wants to get admitted to the university, doesn't necessarily have to have had formal Form 4 certificate. It's one of the areas that we admitted Caleb, and that is discussed at Senate and finally agreed upon based on that process. So you are right, that can happen. Yeah. So one must demonstrate that you have relevant experience related to the program that you want to do. As I've mentioned, a portfolio of experience in workplace, where you're working in short courses in the industry, and many other expertise that you possess over the years that you have maybe had dropped out of school, and that is recognized. And we have a policy on that anchored into the national policy on recognition of prior learning, which is domiciled at the one of the anchor institutions in this country. That is
Thank you, VC. Thank you. We'll continue reading about RPL. You may just discover you have people that you can refer to Open University of Kenya based on what they have studied before and based on what experience they have. So look out and refer such people to us, because that is why we are here, to provide access to education. We had Chris, and I think Chris dropped his hand. Maybe his question was answered. Cheriot? Cheriot, are you able to ask your question? If not, we go to Oyugi.
Hello, how are you? My name is Langa Cheriot.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I was
Yes, go
trying
ahead.
to I was trying to unmute
Okay.
the microphone. Okay,
Yes.
I did my computer studies in 2006 Kenya Polytechnic by then, and when I applied the computer studies, I came later to understand in my field of work. Currently, I'm a police officer, and in my current place of work, I deal mostly with forensic and Internet of Things. So I found a new course. By then, it was not there. It was programming, computer applications, and other things, networkings. But I found the course of forensic and data science and cybersecurity. So I was asking, is it possible I can change from computer studies to forensic? Because I had already been admitted to the computer studies, computer science. Thank you.
Yeah, we can listen to Oyugi as the VC will answer the two.
Yes.
Oyugi, go on.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Mine is brief. If you are doing masters and you are on your last year, you are yet to graduate, is it possible to start a PhD program before graduation in the same school?
Thank you for those questions. The last question was discussed. Registrar, can you remind me what we discussed and how we agreed to proceed with that one?
We agreed that Senate will consider and give a direction.
Very good. So that is the position, Bwana Oyugi. The Senate will discuss that matter. We have a very experienced Senate, one of the finest people we have put together across the country from different universities who have come together to form the Senate of the Open University of Kenya. And we are going to consider that request against our unique portfolio and also other practices around the country and even around the world, and see whether it is possible using the letter of completion as a way of getting admission into the next level before graduation. We'll consider that and we'll give you a feedback. So Yugi, please put your number or your email on the chat. But anyway, we'll communicate that as a general communication to all the students, irrespective on who asked that question. So that is coming. The other question, Cheriot, thank you very much. Yes, you can do inter-program transfer, but you have to do it very quickly before the learning advances. So we have Bachelor of Science in Cybersecurity and Digital Forensics. Which year of study are you, Cheriot? Are you a new student who is joining now? Because this course has been there right from the beginning.
Yeah, I'm a new student,
Yes,
and I just
then you may have missed it. The courses there, we have the following courses in the School of Science and Technology, Bachelor of Data Science. This was a flagship program. So at the back here, Bachelor of Science in Cybersecurity and Digital Forensics. That was another flagship program. A flagship program means is a program that was used to charter the university. Very important milestone in the university life or history is that we had 6 or 7 programs that we used to get our charter approved. So we had Bachelor of Data Science, Bachelor of Science in Cybersecurity and Digital Forensics, Bachelor of yes, and then we have Bachelor of Technology Education, then Postgraduate Diploma in Learning Design and Technology, and postgraduate yes, Postgraduate Diploma in Leadership and Accountability, and Bachelor of Business and Entrepreneurship. Those are the 7 flagship programs, and cybersecurity and digital forensics is one of them, and it remains one of the programs in the School of Science and Technology. And therefore, Bwana Cheruiyot, you can do inter-school transfer, or rather, actually, this is inter-program. We are in the same school. You can even do inter-school transfer. It doesn't really matter, depending on what your interest becomes as your life evolves. So for now, the answer is yes, you can do that transfer, but you have to do that as soon as possible. Registrar, can you give the direction on the timelines?
Yes. I think we just received from 3 students who've raised their hands. We'll have Isaac, we'll have Fred, and Isaac, then Fred, then I'll give the next person. There's somebody who is speaking. I hope your hand is up so that you're the next one. But for now, let's have Isaac.
Yes, Registrar, I was asking before you give the RATMA of Isaac and Fred, the timelines for inter-program transfer.
Okay. You need to do that within the first 1 month of admission. We are starting now this week, so you can count 4 weeks. Then you have to request your change of program between those 4 weeks.
However, I will encourage, since you've already made up your mind immediately, don't wait. Just do it tomorrow or immediately. It's online. And you can be guided by using an email, or Bunnies or the registrar or any member of the School of Science and Technology can assist you if there is any question on how to do the transfer. Otherwise, it is seamless and is fully automated process. Now, okay. Isaac, go ahead and ask your question.
Yes, hello.
And send your email and your number on the chat. Yes, Isaac.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, sorry, I'm in the forest. I'm falling from the forest. I'm going to harvest honey. Yes, but I'm keenly following. I have to follow because we're told that we're going to meet the VC. So I was happy to meet the VC. So I was just having one question about currently I'm working in a TVET institution. I'm from Kenya. I'm in Nakuru County. So I'm currently a trainer in a technical institution. I just wanted a confirmation that once I'm done with my particular course, I'll be able to be licensed by TVETA. That was my specific assurance I wanted to get from you. But thank you very much for the chance. Thank you. Thank you.
Good question. The university is fully accredited by the Commission for University Education, or the University Education, and all the programs we are offering currently, where accreditation is required, we have complied. So I want to assure you that where you will require accreditation by another body, there will be no question at all, because we are just like any other university in the world, fully accredited and operating under license, under a charter given by the hand of the President of the Republic of Kenya on the 3rd of August 2023. And that charter sets out the requirements for the university to exist and to comply. And we are fully compliant in as far as that charter, which is that we have to comply with some of those things under the Commission for University Education. So the answer is yes. And in fact, the reason why we haven't begun the nursing program is because of the processes involved in getting accreditation. Nursing requires accreditation from the Nursing Council of Kenya, besides getting accreditation from the Commission for University Education, the regulator. They gave us that sometimes back, almost more than a year ago. Then we now seek clarification, or rather accreditation, from the Nursing Council, and they're about to conclude that process so that then we start offering the program. So we are fully compliant and we continue to comply. Yes,
Thank you, Bisi, for that.
Isaac, you can see is a case of learning while working, learning while wherever you are, learning on the go. He's harvesting honey while he's learning in Mustuni. That was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Like me here,
Great.
I'm in Kenya School of Government, and I have the banner here for the Open University of Kenya, which is depicting that the university is with us. We don't have to be physically in Konza for us to deliver a speech of this kind. We can be anywhere in the world because we move with the university. Thank you. Now, Fred.
Isaac, if you're okay, you can send us a video or a photo and some words of what you're doing as a student and working. Yeah, we would
Very well.
appreciate
Sure,
that.
sure.
That'd be
Yeah.
great.
I will do that. I will do that.
Go ahead.
Okay, Fred, then Frida. Somebody has decided to ask for every other person and call themselves others. Those are the only 3 questions we'll have. Any
Yes,
other, put on the chat, please.
Thank
yes. So Fred, Frida, then the others.
Thank you, the Vice-Chancellor, for that great address. I have 2 questions.
You are not clear.
I have 2
Fred,
questions.
Okay, go
ahead. I can hear you now. I can hear you. Go ahead.
I have 2 questions. One of the question is on the prior learning. We have people who have the expert on accounting. They are CPA. In fact, they are professional, and but they don't have the first degree. And due to the advanced years that they have worked, and they could want to start with masters. Is it possible? Another question is on the nursing program. I have a son who wants to do nursing program, and he did his exam last year, and he's one of those that are applying for admission or replacement for this year. The question is, when are you likely to have nursing? Because he was interested in nursing, and he doesn't want to go very far to universities that are far away from Nairobi. So the question is, when are you likely to have nursing on board so that you can be able to apply for it? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Fred, for your 2 questions. Let me start with the last one. The design of a nursing program is blended so that we ensure that the student is able to do practicals which are necessary while you're going through the theory offered through our learning management system. So it is kind of a conversion or an upgrade of people who are already in practice. However, that's a very important question on whether a fresh student can join the envisaged nursing program. And I want to ask Nixie Mbudia to answer that question. Nixie, please answer that question.
Thank you very much, VC, for the opportunity to answer that question. And it's a very good question. It shows that there's a very keen interest in nursing and also our mode of delivery, which is quite of interest to most people. So as the VC has indicated, our program is what we call the RN-BSN program, and it's designed for those who already hold a diploma and they want to upgrade to a degree. So we are offering it in a blended method where they do online. All of it is delivered, all the theory is delivered through the online means. And then the skills aspect Then we have to do a face-to-face in designated institutions, and they go for clinical placement. So this works very well for those who are already working, because remember, nursing is a very skills-oriented program, and therefore for your son or daughter who wants to do nursing, they will have to join a university that is brick and mortar to do their degree. But for anyone else out there who has a colleague, a relative, a friend who wants to upgrade their diploma to a degree, we are the university of choice. So thank you very much.
What about those who have certificates, not necessarily diplomas?
Also, for those who have certificates, they will have to go through the the colleges to be able to upgrade to a diploma. For us, we are regulated, and therefore the regulator, the Nursing Council of Kenya, has a process through which they use for you to be able to upgrade. So for you to move from a certificate, you have to do a diploma in an accredited college, KMTC being an example. And then once they finish the diploma, then they can join us and upgrade for their degree. Thank you.
There's a question on whether there are exemptions. I'm seeing that in the chat. Are there exemptions?
Unfortunately, once again, because we are regulated, we work within the frameworks of the regulatory body, we cannot offer exemptions.
I think what it means, a student who is already having a diploma and is joining the degree, will there be 1 or 2 courses for possible exemption? I think that is the question. And I want to answer, the answer to me would be, you have to make an application and that will be evaluated.
Yes. Yes.
Chair, this year can add on that. Maybe Dr. Mbudia, you could tell us the duration of the program, because I know that has been factored in the development of the curriculum.
Yes.
How long is the RNBSN? Yeah.
Yes, thank you. For the RNBSN, for ours, it runs over a period of 2.5 years, which is a continuous. If you compare with the brick and mortar, which is usually run 3 to 4 years, half years. Also, I'd like to add that a lot of our colleagues, me being a nurse, a lot of our colleagues have had to drop out from the brick and mortar colleges, because brick and mortar universities, because of the technicalities that are involved with having to go to class and you're working in our county hospitals. So if anyone had started a program, the nursing program, the upgrading program in any other universities, they can come in and we'll be able to do credit transfers for them, as long as they have the required and necessary documents. So if they're already in a brick and mortar, they had dropped out because of the issues of lack of flexibility, then kindly request them. They can join us. We will give them the credit transfers. They can, whatever they had already done, they'll be able to do the credit transfer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Registrar, please make sure you provide the academic calendar that is on the chat. Diploma holders start from which year? Immediately. Right now, as soon as the program is accredited in September, you will be able to begin. We have 3 major intakes, January, May, and September. Now, the other question you asked about CPA. Fred, I hadn't finished your question. About those who have CPAs and whether they can join and they can be given some exemption. Yes, that is also applicable for us, and you can accelerate your learning to finish earlier than the stipulated period. So the answer is yes, and we are very accommodating. The university is such that the flexible model delivery and learning is implemented, and you can accelerate yourself. Then on the chat, I don't have transcripts. I have only a certificate for exemption. Just bring it up, and online courses will be able to help you on how to proceed. That is Marlene Williams. So I want to ask my colleagues to answer the questions which are online, or pick them and put them in the question and answer section of our website. There are very many questions there. Some of them I think have been asked before. In every orientation, we get this question, which is good. Please put them in the question and answer corner on the website or the learning management system, so that the students or the learners are able to get the answers right away. Now, CPA with over 10 years can go straight into master's program. Yes, that's a question which, and those, can you mute, please? Somebody is unmuted and some background noise. That is a question which has always been there, even for the brick and mortar universities, on whether CPA comprises a first degree or not. I think the answer for now is we will exempt you some courses. So somebody can mute the others, please, the administrator of the call. Those with CPA, the model right now is that we can exempt you some courses, but at the undergraduate level. So you can accelerate your program at undergraduate and then quickly transit into the master's program. But that is something which this university is looking into. But I can assure you that it's a good question and we are addressing. It's not the first time it's coming, so it's something we are used to answering. And the answer for now is you can be exempted to accelerate your undergraduate degree program to finish, and then you start your master's. The reason being the regulator is yet to fully recognize CPA and other professional courses as equivalent to degree programs in Kenya. I know elsewhere in other parts of the world, that is something which is highly considered. But the Open University of Kenya is in the process of pursuing a certain unique approach towards that particular aspect. And hopefully, in the next few, you will be able to benefit from whatever results we get in our pursuit for clarification on the same.
Thank you,
Yes,
Bisi.
of course.
We had lined up Frida.
Yeah, diploma in engineer. Yes, you apply and that will be considered, certainly. Because technology education, there are courses there which are engineering in nature. So Lillian, your question is valid and you make an application and it will be considered. The answer is yes, it's possible. I think we have exhausted the questions, or rather the period given for
We
us.
have Frida, who we had given a chance to visit. We can listen to
All
her.
right.
The rest can put
Frida.
on the chat. You will
Yes,
be answered either here or through the question and answer. But Frida, you can take the mantle.
Very well. Please go ahead. The last question.
Good afternoon, Bwana VC. Thank you so much for this opportunity. My name is Frida Mudeu. I'm an air traffic controller by profession and a member and an active volunteer of Girls in Aviation Africa. So you were talking about the MOUs and the collaborations that OUK has, and that really took me back to what we fight for and champion for as girls in aviation, that we have to make aviation accessible and affordable to girls out there. Not just girls, we also like reach out to the boy child as well, so that he can also not be left behind. So in comparison to that, and also the fact that your fee is so affordable, that really sparked my query, which is, what does the future for aviation courses look like at OUK? My background is aviation, but now I'm coming for an MBA at OUK, hopefully to specialize in strategic management, majorly because of the flexibility and the affordability of it. I don't have to break the bank to get my CAPE. So what does the future look like for the people that want to go into purely aviation courses? Because that really will go a long way and your fee is so affordable. That one, I give it a thumbs up.
The answer is yes, certainly. That is one of the areas of consideration. Just like nursing, which people thought was a tall order, but now somebody wants to chuna mtoto. Where was chuna mtoto bana? So like nursing, where we are now collaborating with other institutions out there to implement our nursing program. Can you imagine? So nursing and aviation require the same kind of meticularity, the same kind of approach towards how they are taught, and the keenness and the level of accuracy needed in the implementation of these two programs: aviation industry, nursing, and even some aspects of engineering. And they are accurate sciences or accurate subjects, and therefore we will, in the same model that we are now using in nursing, have the same in the aviation programs that we are thinking about. It is in our vision, not in the too distant future, perhaps in the next 1 or 2 years. That is a course that we shall consider. And you've mentioned about girls in aviation. That's good. I think that is something we will pick up and see how we can bring that as part of our tagline when we talk about the inclusive nature of this university. Thank you so much. Now we have traffic controllers in this course in the university. We have agriculturists who are harvesting honey. We have students who are in the media, who own media stations, just to name the 3. But there could be several other professionals who have joined the Open University of Kenya. So what is and we have TVET TVET professionals. My call is, please give the word about the Open University out there to all your colleagues and let them join. Give the good news, spread it out there, and let us have as many of your colleagues in different professions join the Open University of Kenya and learn while they work, learn while they earn, as we have our tagline indicated there. So with that, I want to thank you, dear students. Now start learning, start the journey that we are prepared for you, and let us walk with you. Asante sana. Over to the moderator.
Thank you, VC. I think he deserves a better clap, a better appreciation. He has demystified a number of issues that were giving us trouble. He has even brought us somebody who shows you can learn while in the forest. At least we have been saying you can learn anywhere, but we hadn't mentioned a forest. Thank you for bringing that aspect. So we have so many questions on the chat. I know we have tried to answer some of them, and I request our ICT to leave the chat open for the next 15 minutes. Then the OUK team, please, let's flock to the chat and respond to those questions, because our students need to be satisfied and they need to know the proper direction. And then this is not the end of orientation. We may have ended the official session, but any query that you have can be responded to. So you can write us emails, you can of course, you are in WhatsApp groups. You can ask questions there. Our staff there are quite competent and they will be able to answer to those questions. So with that, allow me to close this session, requesting somebody to give us a prayer. Those who have questions, write them 15 minutes by 1:05. We can now close the Zoom session. So who will pray for us, please? So that we can end the session. And thank you, VC, for that wonderful session you've given us. Yeah?
Okay,
Somebody
let's
to
believe
close?
and pray.
Thank you.
Okay, let's believe.
Go on and pray. Yes.
Everlasting King of Glory, say thank you for this wonderful session. You've been our guidance, strength since we started this orientation. Even as we set our mind forth to having our careers realized in this Open University of Kenya, we say thank you, Almighty Father, because you've been our guide and will be able to sanctify each and every individual that has taken part in this session. That your will be done. For this we pray in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Wish you all the best and enjoy your learning. Yeah. Speak well about OUK. Bring us more students. Don't benefit alone. Talk to the people next to you and let them also join this session. It is still open. Thank you.
Meskia?
Thank you.
Still open, yes.
Oyugi is not speaking. Where is that thing?
Hi.
Hello. Okay. Okay, testing.